The stream is live.
Nice.
Oh, wait, we just doxed him. Now everyone knows.
Type HBK in the chat.
We'll see if we get any visitors this time. Last time we had a peak of 3 viewers. 3
That's
watchers.
crazy. At one time?
Yeah,
That's
at
pretty
once.
solid.
They were in chat too.
Only 2 of them were me.
Dang.
None of them.
Were you watching? Okay. So I don't actually monitor the Twitch, so I don't know if anyone's watching unless they're messaging in chat.
What were people saying?
They're asking what Minecraft version we were playing,
Nice.
and also saying how hot we were, except for Tyler.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah.
Not
I don't know.
really.
He might be the hottest one. So.
Including Alec.
Oh no. Happy birthday, Kevin. So we do have watchers in the chat again, at least 2. So we'll see.
Any watchers in the chat?
Watcher. You creep.
Lookage.
Ooh, you looking at me?
Got him. Alright. Don't worry, we're not sus here. We're definitely not playing a very sus game with 2 shirtless characters on the screen right now.
I should hop on Foundry.
Yeah, you should get in here.
Yeah.
So should
Probably.
these other people.
Like who?
I still
Someone use the
Kelf
Foundry link.
and
Oh,
I lost it.
I'm in it, but I didn't log in.
and
Oh, there's
I thought I was logged in.
Kevin should also get in.
Ah!
I still have not updated the certificates, so you're gonna have to accept the unsafe website.
Ah.
Do I want to sync my account? Yes. Okay.
Sure.
Some of the changes need to be restarted. I think this might be a trap, but we'll do it.
It doesn't really matter.
I'll say no next time.
Oh, the performance mode? Yeah, I tried it again. It didn't work again.
Good.
Yeah, that pretty much it gets reset every time there's an update. And there's been a lot of updates recently. I updated to Foundry version 11, and so all the modules are updating now too, which resets some of the settings. So it's unstable right now. That's why
Yeah, me too.
I'm always unstable. That's why we're getting those errors like Malik that you had with the blood showing up as O's and A's and stuff.
I think I'm back.
And go, say on me.
That's true.
Wait, Kevin's
Oh,
gone.
no.
We
Kevin.
lost him.
Kevin,
Now
Where
I
are
think I'm
you?
back.
where are you, baby?
So
I
much
need your
shit just
video.
popped up at once.
Let's pop in. And new whip just popped in.
Just
Would you
exit
like
out of everything. It's fine.
No, I don't want to do the performance mode. Thank you, though. Make the calendar small because I don't care about anything on there. Probably not important.
Yeah,
I don't
Time
know where my
doesn't
hat
matter.
is.
I don't have a hat.
I lost my Patriot hat.
That's unfortunate timing. I have deodorant I can wear.
Let me hold on. I've got something.
I could wear multiple hats to make up for it.
Yeah, I wear a
Maybe I
lot of
got another
hats.
hat. Well,
I got
dude, man.
some mail.
Hold on. I got it.
I could put my lampshade on my head. Would that be cool?
Okay.
Wait, check out this one that I have. Check it out. Watch.
Whoa.
Oh, wait, hold on, it's not working.
Are we wearing funny hats? Is that what we're doing?
I broke his
don't have that.
ears!
I'm in character. Did he just moan?
Look, I can move the ears.
That's fantastic. No, I really feel like I gotta wear a hat. I don't know, man.
Fortunately, it makes it hard to wear my headset.
Not wearing a hat. My hat's very difficult to wear with this headset on.
See if I can Kind of works.
He's got 3 hats.
That's a real man right there.
A man with jobs.
I think this like just
All right.
perfectly obscures my eyes. It's great.
He's like a samurai. Famously known for not having eyes.
That's kind of racist.
You know, I'm descended
man.
from samurai.
Yeah, me too.
What is this?
Is it your white half?
Yeah, actually. My great grandfather was Tom Cruise.
I love Tom Cruise.
That's an interesting take.
That's why I go to the Scientology church now.
I'm a big Scientologist.
Yeah.
Big on Scientology in this chat.
Scientology, I'm sure, to get on topic, that there's probably a Delta Green campaign which involves Scientologists. Like, guaranteed.
Wait, this isn't a Scientology campaign?
I just said guaranteed, didn't I?
You got me.
So, let's see, where are we at, boys? What happened last session? What is going on in the world of Delta Green Sounds of the Sands with our 4 brave Delta Green agents?
We got in a lot of trouble. I left the cards out.
We were
The cartel.
we were listening to the tapes,
did
and we
this-
found out that the guy who ran the facility was a lizard person.
Yeah.
He's got heat
Yeah,
lamps in his
that room.
office underground.
Okay.
Lizard person confirmed.
Office is not underground, but yes, he's got the heat lamps.
They're underground.
Lizard.
I don't think they're underground.
I distinctly remember it being underground.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like we were thinking that he like dug up and like cracked it open, and then there was the guy in there.
Yeah, the factory is now like under rubble because it got blown up. It did not used to be underground.
Oh, it's underground. That's where the heat lamps were.
Okay.
Pretty sure. Maybe you don't understand. You're not a detective on the case like us.
That's true. Well, you 4 are not detectives, but your characters kind of are. Some
I
of
embody the Williams character. That makes me a detective.
Yeah.
Wally Tism is using the group storage right now. What's up with that?
Ah,
Who?
Wally Tism?
Oh, are you talking about RuneScape?
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening? Okay, so let's set the scene. So after you finally dealt with all the golf carts and stuff, you decided it was time to actually do some work. You guys got to Clifford Potter's house, and you were digging through
Which
his
was
stuff.
very neat, aside from the kitchen.
Yes, everything was pristine. Nothing even seemed to lived in. Only the kitchen, which had junk all over it, a bunch of books. There's dirt. There's equipment like these tapes and a boombox, which you listened to some of the tapes, which I posted into the chat for you guys as promised. And he also had a notepad with a bunch of scribbles and random notes in it. And you found a little map as well. Do you guys remember the map?
I think I posted it in the Discord.
Oh, and I think the next thing we were doing was we decided to go
Yeah, I
into
did.
his basement, right?
Yes, we were just
You
about.
wanted to do that for sure. I think we were planning to do that. I honestly don't remember now.
Yeah, I think that's the last thing we ended on, is like we went through all the tapes and we didn't find any more information, and we were still looking for some way to detect radiation. And we didn't find it in the house. Yeah, we couldn't find it in the house, so we're like, oh, the only place left to check for anything more interesting was the basement, and that was the last thing we did.
Okay. So, we resume. The four of you digging through these notes. You just spent an hour looking through his stuff, looking through his notes, listening to these tapes, right, of this old man being interviewed by Clifford Potter, discussing his former boss, Montgomery Green, discussing his former boss, Arthur Hunt, of Hunt Electrodynamics.
And he's still alive, right? He's the guy who owns the gas station or whatever?
Yes, the gas and sip. Montgomery Green and his grandson, Jarvis, helps run it with him. Let me see if I can pull up this map for you guys. So this is the house. You guys are currently in the kitchen. There's a mess. You guys are probably still digging through some things. And despite Clifford Potter being dead for a few weeks now, or about a month at this point, like, it's still, like, it was in such a clean state, except for the kitchen, that there's very little dust still. Somehow, it's like immaculate. Somehow, very little dust.
The house?
The house.
Does it look like it's being lived in?
No. So,
Okay.
what do you guys do?
Can we keep the tapes as evidence to play them back later? Like, can I store it in, like, a bag or something?
If you have a bag.
Does he have any bags laying around?
do,
Like, would he have, like, shopping bags?
do
like
you
garbage?
not have a bag?
I do,
Okay.
but
It's valuable
Oh.
space, though.
I want to just, like, grab the evidence stuff and keep it in, like, an evidence Trader Joe's bag, you know?
So,
I
you
got
have a
my
bag.
tactical backpack.
Oh, yo,
You have a bag, you're like, I'm gonna put it in a grocery bag instead.
Yep.
These tapes that are probably critical to the case and potentially important to
Well, I'm sure
Delta
he has,
Green
like,
stuff.
a suitcase or something, dude. Wait, the tapes themselves have a case, right? We found them in, like, a little container that have, like, a case.
Yeah, it was in a...
So it's not like kind of break.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Sick. Yeah, I, like, put them by the door so we don't forget them.
Okay.
And then I say, okay, let's go down to the basement. We're still gonna need that
Go
Geiger counter.
The way tonight.
What was that about the Geiger counter? Sorry.
I don't like that noise.
I was saying, like, he had this book on measuring radiation, so he must have had some way of knowing that there was radiation in the area he was digging. We should see if he had any Geiger counter machine so we can measure the level of radiation before we inspect the murder site. We wouldn't want to be putting ourselves at risk.
True.
Could we check the bedroom? Maybe he has special clothing that he's hidden in there.
Okay, I guess let me ask you. I thought we looked everywhere in the house. Like, I think someone rolled really well on their search. And they had found nothing except for in this kitchen. Am I misremembering? Did we not check the bedrooms and stuff?
So yeah, you guys checked the... it's just a single bedroom. You guys checked the bedroom. He's got some clothes. I don't know what you mean by special clothing.
Like
Like for
protective gear
radiation?
if you're working with radiation.
Nope. Nothing like that.
Darn. Alright. Might as well head to the cellar then. Do we want somebody up top still to make sure it's okay, or do we want everyone to go down?
I think we should probably all go down together.
I can stay up here. It seems a little scary down there.
Oh, but you're so big and strong. What if there's a fire down there? I think we would really be able to use your help.
Yeah, but what if there's something that's bigger and stronger than me down there?
Oh, but you
I'll
know
be down
what?
there.
I wouldn't really worry about it. Nina Levon, there's no men with suits down there. Men with suits don't stay in basements.
I mean, I guess. Do you think they'd be up here
It's
anywhere?
yeah, they might be in houses, but in basements, oh, that you'd very unlikely to find them there. It's probably safer for you down below with us.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. Besides, if they're in the dark, we can get the jump on them.
At this point in time, my character's been around him enough to have figured out how to how to get him moving along with the team. He's starting to learn his teammates' characters.
Wasn't difficult. He's a very simple man.
Yeah, he just doesn't like men with suits.
It's reasonable.
Good thing none of us wear suits. This could have been a very
Yeah,
interesting party dynamic.
All right, boys, let's head out. Get down there. Let's ride.
Alright, I guess we head to the basement.
Okay. So, like in how we've been playing Pathfinder, I want you guys to describe your movements as much as possible, and then to lean on me if you need help just describing the scenery and stuff like that. But at the very least, describe as your character's moving along. So you have this map at the very least.
Is it in the house, or is it like outside of the house?
Yeah, so it's outside of the house.
Okay, so we have to step out and then
Yeah, so in the kitchen, there's no way out. There's just these two or three windows, but there's that back door with the glass window. It's got some little frilly curtains on it. You're able to see out, and you saw a root cellar just along the side of the house out back.
Can I cartoonishly tiptoe towards it?
Yes.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay.
What time is it right now? It's in the morning?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I'll progress time slightly, but yeah, it's about 10:30.
When we get to the cellar, I'm gonna take point, I'd say. I'll go in first. And I'll bust out my flashlight and have that in hand, and then I'm gonna make sure to have my pistol hand on my pistol grip at all times as we go down the stairs
As you should.
to celebrate my Second Amendment
Birth
right.
of this great nation.
Seeing, I always forget everybody's names. Agent Sherlock Merv. Corbin seeing Merv kind of taking point. Is this just standard operating procedure, or are we really afraid something's going to be down there?
Well, with the terrorists coming and turning up on our car the other night, I reckon it's always good to be strapped and ready.
Alright, fair enough.
Never know when a bomb's gonna blow up underneath you. You gotta have a
Bomb?
pistol on hand.
There's a bomb?
Yep.
Don't frighten that one.
Blew us clean straight into the air. Flipped our car over.
It's a good thing I stayed back.
Yeah, luckily I have handled that beast of a car and managed to get us all out of there.
expert driver, yes.
I was there, I saw it.
Oh, peculiar. Don't remember you being there, but
I
sure.
flipped the car over.
Oh, right after. Yeah, of course. Yeah, you helped do that. That was great.
Thank you.
Luckily, no one asked questions why it was so beat up.
Curious, huh?
Was a little. Anyway, let's mosey on down there. I'll take point for sure. Never know, could be a threat. This lizard person might have lizard children. You never know.
So what do we do if they have lizard children?
Kill them, obviously.
I thought we'd raise them to be not lizards.
You gonna trust lizard people?
I trust them more as long as they're not wearing a suit.
Well,
Just-
you raise a
just
lizard
to be
child,
clear.
for sure is gonna be in a suit someday.
If there are any lizard people, I don't think it's in our best interest to go in shooting, unless they attack, in which case, maybe go in shooting.
I'm in general not one for the shooting. I assume that's why they brought you folks.
Well,
Also,
for my training,
think
it's
that might
always
be
been shoot
overkill.
first.
Lizards are really small. I don't think we need a whole gun to beat them.
Well,
No, these are
maybe.
lizard people. Weren't you listening to the interviews? They're big.
So,
Presumably.
so they're big lizards.
People. You know, like you and me, but they got scales.
I get that too. I got eczema real bad.
Well, we'll keep an eye on you then, partner.
Okay.
Make sure we don't. You're not turning into one. I can run some chemical tests if you like.
That's
I think
okay.
we're-
I don't. You kind of scare me. You look kind of depressing. I don't want to spend too much time alone with you.
I think it's just the dark lighting and the blue light on his face.
Maybe.
Alright. Like I said, the 5th time now. Let's head on down.
I agree. Let's get moving, boys.
I'm following a few steps
I don't want to be in
behind.
the back.
Yeah. I also want to be in the back.
I'll let Merv take the lead, but I'll be right behind him. Corbin will
I'll be
right
right behind you.
And I'll be behind Nino.
Okay.
So this giggle counter, you know what it looks like? Should we just be laughing or what?
Oh, the
Is it like
Geiger
laughing
counter.
gas?
No, it's like looks like a giant remote control.
Okay. I've watched a little bit of TV. I can find that. I always
how
find it
big?
between the couch cushions. So, there's a couch for sure. Check between there.
How big is really big? Because when you said big lizards, that's a huge change. Like, how big from a regular remote is this?
I think the size of the remote is independent of the size of the lizard.
And how tall are the lizards?
You ever seen one of them Komodo dragons?
Yes.
I think about that size.
A
They're
big
not.
fucking remote.
Komodo dragons are not tall. They're long. There's a difference.
Well,
Yeah, but you stand one of them upright like a person.
But they don't stand upright.
Well, these people do.
I suspect none of us have seen lizard people before, but I guess I could be wrong.
I'll agree with
Personally,
that.
I've
If you
never met
take-
them. I cannot answer this question.
If one were to take a Komodo dragon and stand it up, that might approximately be in size of the lizard people we are presumably in search for.
Yeah, that's
And,
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Alright.
Big as a
you're,
Komodo dragon.
You're a
Are we
teacher
all in
of
agreement here?
real things?
Yes, we're looking for a 4-foot tall remote.
Apparently we're hunting Komodo dragons now.
Turlock, can we get on with it?
Yeah, I'm going.
Oh,
Lights
we're
on.
in the basement?
There's a lot of stairs that we're going down, ain't there? There's a lot of stairs.
I don't want to interrupt you guys as you're having this really riveting discussion.
You really should have. I don't know where we're getting these claims from about 4-foot tall Komodo dragons. I don't know where's the scientific information. Like everyone in the party is just speaking as if like lizard people totally exist. Like we totally
know
have known about it as a
everything.
society. Like this is like really understandable and normal. Like it's like completely chill.
How many stairs do you suppose we've gone on now? It's been a while.
You've not
We're
gone
on
down
our
any
fourth flight
stairs.
right now.
Oh. Well, it's trying to make it roll in evenly. Okay, well, let's start going down some stairs then.
Okay. So you guys are really excited to see some lizard people. It'll be fun when you perhaps encounter one.
Totally encountered them. Like totally, we are absolutely right. There's no way it could be anything else.
Yeah, definitely lizard people. Okay.
Alright, downstairs.
Yes.
We all heard the tape.
I'm sure they have an entrancing culture.
So you guys step out the kitchen, and Merv puts his hand on the doorknob to the back door. And he's got the frilly curtains in his face. He's got that light shining through. Yeah, exactly like that. He's got this bright light shining in his face. He opens up the door, and just you guys get blasted with like this hot air.
Fuck.
Oh, lizard people environment for sure.
Yeah, you guys are in the desert. Somehow, like
You're not getting me to drop my guard down. Yeah, nice try, bud. Alright.
Cliff
I'm
Potter's
on high
house.
alert. I got sulfuric acid in the right hand, some chemical gas in the left. Like
This
I'm
dude's trying to play an alchemist.
literally playing an alchemist.
Um, Merv, you turn the knob and you open the door. You get sun rush of hot, dry air in your face, and you hear the just a very thin blowing of wind. You step outside and you remember the nice, like perfectly curated grass in the front yard. But out back, right, you can see where the yard would have been. Right, there's this outline of this lighter dirt, lighter or darker. I'm not sure which it would be, but it's a different shade right there where there should be a patch of grass for his backyard, but all you see is just brown, blackened, dead grass where lawn should have been.
In the backyard?
Yeah. So
Before we go down the stairs.
Yes. So you just
Okay.
open up this back door and you see all that, as well as lining the house are some planters with wilted and like dried out, just brown flowers and some shrubs. So it's all dead. You step outside and you hear the crunch of the earth beneath your boots. You get some right away, Merv. You get a rock stuck like in between the grooves of your boots. As you step forwards, you don't immediately see the cellar. So it was Merv. Is the order in the game correct? Are you guys like single file? Are you
Yeah, I like
I think
single
we're
file
single
down the
file.
stairs. Yeah.
Just going downstairs, yeah.
okay? Yeah. So Merv, you step out into the dirt first. You look around, and you see on the just around the corner, a little bit of ways off, you see you see this handmade storm cellar made of wood. It's about 3 meters by 4 meters across. Just planks of wood, just kind of like hammered together haphazardly. Do you approach it?
It's yeah, I'll approach it. You
Yeah.
think I'm scared?
Yeah. Okay.
Fear nothing.
Okay. Yeah. Around this storm door, there's nothing, right? There's just a very thin layer of, there's just one layer of bricks around it where this this wooden storm door is placed, in the center of. It looks like he just laid these bricks together himself, because the what is it called? The stuff in between bricks?
Order.
Mortar.
Yeah, the mortar is all like cracked and torn. It doesn't look like he did a very good job laying these bricks. Used to call Westbrook, but and the wood as well. He just kind of looks like he had whatever laying around. Probably some of this he took from the rubble at the plant. It looks like. But that's all you see outside. Just dead grass. What do you guys do?
Whole bunch of nothing out here, boys. You figuring anything out here? I forget the name I gave you as an agent.
Aziz?
Something racist?
Aziz, yeah, Aziz, thank
Yeah.
you. Aziz, you finding anything out here interesting?
Can I
Hey, Aziz.
use his light to take a closer look at the dirt? Like see if it's been dug up or
Mhm.
You may
covered
ask.
up.
Yeah, give me a search roll.
Is this blind? Or is it
Uh,
How do I
Oops,
do it again? I
rolled
have to
that.
open up my sheet, right?
Yeah, you have to open your sheet.
Click
I
your
think
sheet.
I think it does a blind.
Skills, and then you can just click it.
Search is at the bottom right. Okay.
No, it's not blind apparently.
Critical failure.
Critical failure. Nice.
He goes
Let's
blind.
go.
Critical. So is Merv also searching?
Yeah, I mean he's using my line. I'm gonna be looking with him too.
Can I taste the dirt?
Yeah, you can taste the dirt. Give me a search roll
Okay,
too.
I taste the dirt.
Or
Do I have
give
to
me,
roll for that?
give me forensics to taste the dirt.
Forensics? Alright, give me a sec.
Yeah.
Can we all search? How's this work? I actually got a pretty good search. I forgot.
I would. So typically,
Ah,
I really just want like one person doing these rolls, unless you guys are searching like different things. But so, what
I
is,
ate the dirt.
so I'll resolve these in order. What is Delane looking for?
I'm looking for like displacement in the dirt, like in such a way that, like something has been dug up or been covered up. Because it's just giant, basically just like a giant square basement with nothing but dirt in it, right? Like there's no items or anything. It's just dirt flooring. Like maybe something lived in here, like
Okay.
right?
But
That's
are
that's
you-
the description of the room.
So you're
It's
no,
a-
no, you're outside the cellar.
Yeah, there's the backyard still.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
we
not
haven't gone
in.
down. We haven't gone downstairs yet.
Yeah, we haven't gone.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said we got to
Whatever.
the downstairs and you
You're
said
at
it was
the
like
door.
basically empty.
You haven't said you went in yet. You approached the
Oh.
door.
We're looking at the backyard.
Yes, you're standing.
And it's
Currently
like
standing above the storm door with the bricks and the wood door that he made himself.
okay. Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah. So I still do that though.
Okay, yeah.
I'm looking for lizard
I'm-
marks, scratches or anything.
Okay.
Convinced there's lizard people still.
Just look for some sun rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Delane Delane Monroe finds nothing. In fact, you were looking for like dirt stuff?
Yeah. Well, it's basically just completely like destroyed, like completely scorched earth, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if like I don't know, like run some chemicals, see if like this was like natural, like
So
check if there's any reactions, see
okay.
if like there's any digging done here, like.
So
is there
are
anything
you looking for
weird?
chemicals or are you looking for stuff on the ground?
I'm just
Those are different.
investigating it because it looks weird.
It looks weird. But what are you investigating is my point. Because you
Like,
said you were just like looking around the dirt. That's different from like looking for chemicals.
Yeah, like any signs of digging, any signs of like this was done intentionally, like it was burnt.
Okay. Yes.
Like
So
anything
you
like
look
that.
around. You don't see any signs of digging or anything like that, but what you do see is you get up close to some of this grass and some of these flowers near the storm door, and you think to yourself, like, this... Well, he's got all these books on radiation. We know he's digging around the plants, like... This must be... Like... Maybe he got into some stuff. This must be some radiation around here. Give me sandy check.
Cool.
You feel so bad you're losing your mind.
Dude, it's so hard to find any fucking checks in this game.
Never thought you'd lose sanity to grass.
Can I run a chemistry test as well to see if there's radiation? Like, can I
Do you have a Geiger counter?
yeah, put some chemicals on there to see if there's reaction like there was with the skin?
I don't.
I don't think that's how that works. Like, I don't think...
The only way you're gonna visibly see radiation as if it excites a chemical you're carrying, which,
Which I don't think you
I'll
really want to
be
do.
honest, you probably won't be carrying that. Yeah.
Yeah, you got anything with crazy short half-life, which is
Yeah.
probably super volatile to begin with?
Yeah.
I carry that.
You
That's
Probably
do?
shouldn't.
Okay. Probably shouldn't.
Yeah,
Just
we
like
should
out
probably
in
be
the field.
concerned that we could explode at any moment,
To be
actually.
fair, I don't know how chemistry works, so maybe it's totally fine.
No, it's not.
So, yes, Delane, you look around and you get reminded of these experiments you used to run on people, on plants, trying to build like plant animal hybrids, and you saw what the chemicals were doing to them, and this reminds you exactly of their horrid, wretched bodies that you're experimenting on.
Oh, like this was like chemical burn.
Yes. And you failed your sandy check.
Yeah, of course.
Oh my god. He's going.
I don't know why I would ever succeed at roll. That doesn't make any sense, actually. Rolling at 99, by the way.
That's good. You rolled really high.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's almost perfect. So give me 1d4.
Oh, God.
You know, it was the same odds of rolling any other number in particular as that 99, just so you know.
Yes,
50-50. You either did or you didn't.
correct. So, okay. Can you play out this insanity for me? So you just look around and you see all these burnt, like, dying plants. And you think this must be radiation poisoning. You think you guys are currently standing in a, like, field of, like, radiation where this guy was experimenting or something. Like, you think all these plants were killed in the past, like, couple weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I start panicking. Like,
What you doing?
I'm-
What you
I'm-
saying?
this is all these are like chemical burns. It's like his body. This is all radiation. Maybe the radiation wasn't coming from the site. Maybe it was in his home all along. Oh, maybe this is the radiation site. This is why we needed the Geiger counter. Oh God, oh God. Oh,
That's why we're here. We're finding the guy.
into the basement. Into the basement. We have to find it fast. Go, go, go. Hurry, hurry.
Hang on there, boy. Get your wits about you. If I
I dive. I slam the door open. I run right past him. I'm like in a feverish sprint, and I just sprint into the basement.
Perfect. Okay.
Wow. That's one way to get moving.
I'm still gonna taste the dirt.
Okay. Okay. So, since I'll do it in order, what is Merv doing?
I was looking for like lizard folk markings. You know, maybe like they were digging around here. Maybe some eggshells of their hatchlings. Just kind of looking for some disturbed earth. That's what I'm trying to say. Trying to find some disturbed earth that's a little out of place.
Yeah.
Does he react at all while he's searching? The fact that I just screamed that this whole area is covered in radiation.
Well, this is going at the same time as you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I
I
still
want.
put it in my mouth.
So I want one thing at a time. But, yeah. Okay. So you're looking around, and you're digging around in the dirt, and you see footprints.
I knew it.
Only one person has walked on the soft dirt around the cellar. There's only one set of footprints. And you know for sure, whoever the footprints belong to, like, they definitely, like, went into the cellar.
And never
I'd like
came out?
to take a photo with my phone that I have.
Does it look like it's two directionals or like what?
Yeah.
How many legs do they have?
2 shoes.
Can I tell what kind of shoe it is based on like what
Yeah,
it looks
boots.
like? it look like? Work boots or anything?
Yeah,
What
like work
kind?
boots,
Or like
size
sneakers,
Work boots,
size
Tim's.
11. Calm down. Like size 11 work boots.
Okay. So some man work boots.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, and you can take a picture.
Okay.
So, as you're going to reach out and take a picture with your phone, that's when Delane starts freaking out and runs downstairs. Right as you snap the picture. And right as you snap the picture, Nino sits down and gets a good scrape of dirt. Yeah. You realize, you
Does it taste
get a
weird?
good taste. Yeah, it tastes.
Wait, he's eating the radiation dirt?
No, I'm just eating the dirt.
Yeah. It tastes the dirt.
That's, I think that, well, my character thinks is radiated.
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't know that yet. You haven't said it yet.
Tastes radioactive.
You can't tell it tastes radioactive, but you taste it and you get a sense that there's something more to taste. If you can get a better sample.
All right, I'm going for it again.
Hold on. This sample, like, you take another bite and it all tastes the same, but you do see after Merv points it out that there's footprints going down into the cellar. This might
What
taste
kinda-
better with different
What
dirt.
boots do you think he had there?
Whoa. But this is probably just a worker who built the cellar.
What size do you think he is?
11. Very clear. Obvious.
Okay, let's go down to the cellar.
What relevance does the size of the boot have?
You gotta know how big of a partner we're gonna be looking at.
Exactly.
I don't think.
Lizard people all have the same size shoe, actually. I don't know if you knew that. It's a fun fact.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's actually a lot more suspicious if it's a size 11, because all lizard feet are 11.
Last time I checked, lizards were size 12.
Well, regardless, I bet
Are you
if
sure
I
they're
think
not
we shouldn't
11?
let that. I don't think we should let our whiz kid spend too much time down there on his own.
Yeah, so
Why don't we get moving?
Delane freaks out and just rips open the door, sprints down. You hear the slapping of his shoes against this.
Wait, does Nino react at all to like the fact that I told him it's radioactive and that he's eating it?
I don't know.
I don't know what that means.
Oh, okay.
My impression was like he started like tasting the dirt like pretty much like immediately after you ran.
Yeah, I saw him just start sprinting. I'm like, that's weird. Wonder if it's weird dirt.
Yeah.
Well,
Somebody going
yeah,
down?
you boys reckon we should follow him down? I can't
Down the
imagine
cellar?
it's too safe if he's sprinting like that and there's boots walking straight in there.
Yeah, you might slip down the stairs.
Get himself killed.
Yeah, alright boys. Follow me down, I'm going.
Alright,
Retrieve the little scaredy one.
I got your back.
Radiation, whatever, bud. We already walked through it in the other site.
I don't like
it
it. The music just picked up.
It's fine.
Wait, what other site did we walk in with radiation? We haven't been to the murder site yet.
That's how you knew it was.
No, his body.
No, I found it from the body.
Oh, the body.
Alright.
Well, you're exposed to it anyway.
You just start.
Radiation doesn't just exist in one spot.
Delane didn't notice this as he sprinted down, but as you guys walk more carefully down, with your light out, you're looking, and again, the cellar looks completely handmade. There's a series, as you're plopping down on these series of slate steps. As you get down there, you see Monroe just like in a panic looking around, but this cellar is completely empty, except for a single long-toothed rake propped up against a wall, the shored up wall of dirt that Monroe is staring at.
What you looking at?
I don't know, what am I looking at?
You're looking at a long-toothed rake propped up against the shored-up wall.
When I look closer, do I see like the bottom? Like if I see the rake part, does it look like it's been used? Do I see like rake markings in the dirt in this empty room?
Yes. So as you guys all look around, you see this rake propped up against the wall. You can see besides the one set of footprints that stop at the base of the stairs, the rest of the floor has been raked perfectly. Otherwise, like perfect sea of carefully raked dirt. It's a
What is
strange,
it?
like underground Zen garden.
It's
Like
one
some
of them
sort
Zen
of botanical garden.
Okay. That's pretty nice. I walk into it.
Okay.
No!
Pretty
You're
comfortable
gonna
stand.
throw off the feng shui!
Could I roll anthropology for this?
For the rake?
No, for the you said like a Zen garden, yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I don't know if it's anything like in particular from like a cultural thing I would notice or something. I don't know.
So I'll just give that to you. You don't need to roll. No, it doesn't look cultural.
Okay.
So you know about Zen gardens. It doesn't look. It looks like a Zen garden in that it's like really carefully
Got
raked.
Yeah,
But-
but not more specific than that. Okay.
No, yeah.
Was it
Okay.
masterfully done or like amateurly done?
It looks very perfectly like crafted, just like the rest of his
Awesome.
house and like his yard. Looks very neat and pristine, very orderly. But you just see the one set of footprints at the base of the stairs.
Is it the same footprints from up there, or is it Delane's footprints?
No. This is, you can tell the difference.
Oh, they're size 11.
Yeah. Delane's like a size 5.
That makes sense.
Very.
You guys see that? That looks like the same size 11 boot.
You're a clever one. Really keep track of
Where-
shoe sizes, huh?
Where do you think they are?
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Well, let's see if they go anywhere through here. They raked the sand. I'm the only one walking on it, huh? Do we see any footprints on like the other side of it?
Nope. It's all
Like in the
perfect.
room?
Is it dark in here? Is there like a light?
I've got my flashlight.
Is there like a light switch anywhere to turn on?
No.
Oh. Are you sure?
Lizard people
Yes.
don't need
Are you
lights.
talking to me?
Oh.
No, there's no
Hmm.
lights. It's just dirt and a rake.
I reckon we should sift through here. Maybe they're hiding something under the sand.
It's dirt.
True.
Or dirt. Sorry, my bad.
Let's do it.
Do we want to address the fact that Delane hasn't said a word since we've been in here? I'm assuming that's the case, anyways.
I thought it was just the farm tools.
I don't know, they're just doing stuff. I didn't want to interrupt.
So are you like not freaked out anymore? Like you're still like
No, I'm still in
just
a...
freaking out, staring at a rake.
Yeah, I'm still like freaking out, staring at the race. Seeing it.
Like, we might want to address that.
No, I'm still freaking out, yeah.
More.
He's kind of a weird guy. I just assumed he was, doing his thing.
It happens all the time out in war.
Yeah, I'm still freaking out. Don't worry about it.
And when that happens out in war, do you let your men just continue staring at the proverbial rake?
Yeah, of course.
You
It's
don't
the only way
want
to
to
go.
help your fellow trooper out?
If you wait long enough, I heard they go into like this berserk mode and they'll just take out all the Viet Cong.
That sounds useful.
What proverb
Yeah.
are you using with a rake?
But there's no Viet Cong here. I'm worried he might.
The proverbial rake. That's not,
Yes.
you know, the proverb of
If you see a rake in a cellar, stare at it.
Yeah, the proverb of John.
Agent as is, have you found your gaydar yet?
Uh, I'm trying. I'm trying to think of what I would search here. Like, I guess it'd be another. I should really put points into search. Do we level up in this game?
No.
Fuck, dude. I really should have leveled up search like way more. It seems to be like
You need some
very
help looking
critical.
for something? I'll look for it if you need.
I'm
I got
trying to think
nose
of
on
like.
me like a
I'm
bloodhound.
increasing my incredibly useful skill of swim every day.
Yeah.
Is
So
there
yeah,
anything
every
suspicious about this rake?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, can I go grab the rake and just start raking?
no,
I
it
would not.
disappears.
I wouldn't.
No, it's
grab-
yeah. Yeah, you can grab the rake.
I don't think you should grab that rake.
What if it triggers like a boulder?
Look, I know a thing or two about grabbing ornamental objects off walls. This is how we get some Indiana Jones shit going on.
That's
here.
what I was thinking.
I go grab the rake and like
No!
this insane stupor, and I just start raking wherever it got wherever they messed up the dirt.
Okay, you're making it nice and clean again.
Yeah, I'm like
It'll
kind
never
of still
be the
freaking
same.
out. Like I'm in
The
like a
lines
weird.
don't line up.
The plus side is you didn't have to roll to grab the rake. That would have been bad if you had to roll for it.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't know that. I haven't finished speaking, so do I have to roll?
Give me athletics. No, you're
I'm
fine.
gonna do a little-
Yeah, you can pick up the rake.
No, Sandy roll. Pick up the rake.
Give me an occult check to pick up this rake.
Are there any other tools in here? Like shovel
No.
or something?
Just the rake.
That's the only thing in here. It's just
There's a
rake.
rake
and
Rake and
against
dirt.
the wall, dirt, rake lines, and then 2 footprints at the base of the stairs.
How about
And no boots.
looking up at the ceiling? Is there anything on the ceiling? Like
See a
opens
giant
out-
worm. No. Nope. It's just dirt, flat, dirt.
Everything's dirt.
Yeah.
What are the?
So
what
there's
are
a
the
very small
walls?
room. It's like 4 by 4 meters. So, what is that? 16 square feet?
Looks like his panic bunker, if you
Okay.
ask me.
What are the walls like? Are they all pretty like?
They're dirt.
Yeah. So okay, there's nothing.
It's just flat. He didn't rake the
real
walls.
conspicuous. Yeah.
Real Minecraft house, you know.
Yeah, it's a square.
No secret passageways hidden behind posters.
I didn't say that.
And
Well,
dirt.
there are no posters.
Maybe
Yeah,
behind
that's
the
what I
rake.
mean. There's nothing at all on the walls.
Yeah. Nothing
Maybe
on
the
walls.
rake will hit a switch.
So he picked up the
This is
rake.
kind of cool. This must be what worms feel like.
Yep.
What?
Yup.
That's what worms are like. Every day.
Do you think if we're down here for too long, we'll lose our limbs and then just turn into worms?
I
No.
reckon if we're down here for too long, we'd die. But, that'd be a while.
I think I'm gonna go wait outside then.
Alright, apparently there's radiation plants out there, though, so be careful. Don't eat anything.
So, okay.
Okay, if you find any boots, let me know. Check
So
underneath the door. I'll be outside.
okay. So you go up away from
I
the
walk back
turret then.
upstairs.
Okay. You go upstairs. And you hear the echo of your feet behind you echoing through the dirt cellar. Yes, just like that. As you're standing up outside looking around, you're just taking another nice look at those footprints. They're looking real tasty.
There's some nice.
But against your better judgment, or maybe your worst judgment, depending on your perspective, you decide you're not gonna taste it. But you realize, with your great forensic skill, that you can take a mold of these footprints to
Ooh.
see, to get a mold and
I
send
want
the sample
mold.
back and analyze it.
I do that.
Okay. Okay. So while Nino is
I'm not
upstairs,
make a mold, so I just guessed.
yeah, it makes that sound.
Okay.
As you're making a mold of the footprints, the 3 of them are downstairs, just walking around. Merv and Corbin and Ridgemont, they're just looking at the walls, like walking around in circles, looking for something, while
I'm
while
raking.
Delane is just raking behind them,
Yeah.
furiously.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
I want to kick the dirt a little. Maybe I feel something underneath, like a wood panel or anything that might be buried.
I frantically rake wherever he kicked.
Okay.
I just want to see if there's anything that's like out of just being dirt, like maybe a just panic room or something underneath here.
Okay, so you just like using your shoe, just kicking up dirt.
Yeah, kind of shuffling my feet through, searching for stingrays.
Yeah. That's rest in peace.
Makes sense.
Yeah, if you dig around with your feet, all the dirt, you don't see anything below the dirt. There's nothing within those first couple inches that you're able to kick up before Delane goes and rakes it back over again. But you do notice that the dirt's in the center of the room. It's a little bit darker. It's fresher.
Is it wet, or is it just look like it's been put there recently?
Been put there recently. So the dirt in the center, as you kick up everything, the dirt in the center is the same color, same shade, same texture as the top layer. It's around the edges. It's a little bit drier, different texture.
Somebody's been here recently.
It's
Guess
from-
those footprints aren't that old after all.
Does it feel different when I rake in the center?
Yes.
Do I notice anything different? Like anything interesting about the rake or the dirt I'm raking?
The rake is still a rake. And yes, so after he kicks up the dirt and you go rake behind it, you notice that same thing of like this dirt feels fresher in the center of the room. It
Alright,
moves much easier.
I'm like it's like kind of soothing that it's like displacing so much when I rake there. And I'm kind of in like this crazed, insane stupor. And so I just start rapidly raking in that one spot because it's moving so easily.
Okay. You're just raking over and over.
Yeah, like kind of
Like-
digging, basically.
Okay, so I was gonna say not like calmly, like slowly. You're like
Yeah, like
you're
really
sh-
aggressively.
very vigorously shaking the. Okay.
Agent Hammy, you see anything over here with this fresh dirt?
I noticed it. But
Somebody placed it here recently. Somebody's still coming around this property.
I guess it would appear that way. A little interesting.
Size 12 work boot, building a cellar for him. Think they don't know he's dead?
I reckon there's something ritualistic about this in some way. The total perfect upkeep of the house, minus the kitchen, of course. The Zen garden in the root cellar. It's all very particular, Odd.
So, after about a minute or so of this vigorous raking,
I start hearing something.
yeah, your calm, the calming effect of the raking goes away as you catch a snack. The rake gets caught on something, and the three of you hear like a ripping from the rake. You just look down. You see it's a Ziploc bag that Delane just
Okay.
Ziploc bag that you just ripped into. But all of a sudden, so you guys have flashlights out?
I do.
Yeah, you.
Yeah.
I don't
you
know
did,
about
right?
anyone else.
Did anyone else turn their flashlights out?
Do I have a flashlight?
I don't. I assume probably.
I specifically brought one.
If I do, I wouldn't have used it.
Okay. Would
Nah,
I?
he's just gone.
What's that?
Nah, I was gonna say nah, just Smurf.
Just Merv has his flashlight out. So you guys are just trusting wherever Merv is pointing that thing.
Yeah. He's such a good driver. I don't know why I wouldn't trust him with a flashlight either.
He's good at driving the flashlight for sure.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. He's digging around, and he pulls up, rips this plastic. But there's still like too much dirt covering it. So you guys dig it up. Do you dig it up? Does someone?
Yeah, I keep digging around it to see what it is.
Okay. Yeah. So do you like with the rake, or do you get down there and?
Does it seem like I need to dig around it? Like, do I need to dig more around the rake, like with the rake around it, or like, am I good to go? To just like kind of like move some dirt a little bit and pull it out.
You could just like use your hands, yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I use my hands to like kind of dig it up.
Okay. You go down there and you dig around with your hands. Sorry, that select. Dig around with your hands and you pull up this plastic bag that you ripped open, and it's heavy. It takes a moment to pull it out, right? Because lifting this thing, and it's heavier than any dumbbell Delane has lifted. It's probably like 10 or 12 pounds. And in it,
Oh.
see this? Oh. Why
That's
isn't
a
it?
living person.
Why? Oh, there it is. It's on stream
We
now.
got some crack cocaine. Oh, that ain't
See
Living
this?
person egg.
fucking weird shit right there.
What say? When did you start talking like that, buddy?
See this like golden cube? As you look at it, you see it's been precisely carved, almost like a machine had to have done this. No one could have done this by hand. It's got rounded corners, a slight curve on the inner faces. And there's a strange icon carved into each face. Corbin Ridgemont, like
Hell
You can-
yeah, I gotta.
you can
Sure.
see this right away, like just like this is gold, and with the gold alone, like this is worth like $250,000. It's like a solid gold, like 15-pound cube of
God.
gold.
We can pay off that car we destroyed.
15 pounds? Holy shit.
Of gold.
Like how big is this thing?
15 pounds
Like
of gold.
three
worth.
3 by 3 feet.
Holy fuck.
Jesus Christ.
It's like
Holy
three
shit.
3 square feet
Okay.
cube.
How did it sit there?
Oh, okay.
3 cubic feet. Sorry, it's a cube.
Thank you.
Okay, so okay.
3 by 3 by 3.
It's
I don't
pretty
know how
big.
that's-
It's
I
like
don't know
this,
how that's
it's
how that
bigger
works,
than a
but-
small child, and it's only 15 pounds. So is it like mostly hollow?
I mean, it's got like carvings into the sides of it.
Uh,
But
Yeah, so do I
otherwise, no, it's not hollow.
can I see if I recognize or potentially know that I can't recognize the carvings? I feel like it might be equally useful. Because I feel like I should at least be able to like place it, and like maybe I don't know immediately what they are, but like there's a good chance I should be able to place them in like a realm, or I would know it's like not similar to like anything I've seen in terms of like broadly human culture, Of course, I'm not gonna know everything, but like the comparison point I'm saying, right, is that I feel like if you study more language, right, you could probably roughly place a language you hear into a language family, not every language, but a high percentage of them.
Yes,
That's what I'm sort
I
of
understood.
saying.
I'm looking
Okay.
it up. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so there's these inscriptions on the sides of it. You know for sure that this is not any language you have ever seen before.
Okay.
Um, like, you get the feeling that this is unnatural. It could be some like old tribal language or something to that effect, but it is nothing that you've ever seen. Your instinct with seeing this case is that it is probably something unnatural.
Does it seem like it has any markings or anything to do with the facility that got destroyed? Does it have like a brand?
Reckon this is the source of radiation, boys?
Yeah, it says Duracell on the side of it. No, there's no brands, nothing. It's just these inscriptions.
Okay. I don't know what's better play wise. Is it better if we just move on, or if I relay this information to the party? From a play perspective.
They don't know it until you say it.
Okay. So I have to do it. Okay.
Wait, does it look like there's anything else in the hole? Does like this look like the only thing that's buried there? Does the dirt underneath where I grabbed it seem kind of like also dark? Like it looks like there's more buried there, or?
There might be more buried there. You can't tell. Like, you just pulled this out. You don't immediately see anything else, but yes, the rest of the dirt looks similar.
Okay.
So is he?
I hand it to Ridgemont.
Okay.
And then I keep digging. I'll see if I can find any more.
Okay.
So with that, Ridgemont kind of spends, a few moments examining it, moves it around in his hand. It's
Swishes it
not
around
that-
in his mouth.
not that heavy, decently heavy. Now, you see here, boys, what we got is something very interesting. Now, by my best guess, this kind of, sort of sizes it up in his hands. My best guess is that this is solid gold. And with this amount, I would go to guess it's in the realm of $250,000 in value, something around that. But the real interesting thing is the juxtaposition of features here. Now, for one, this is clearly machined, unnatural, but not something that could have been made, say, centuries ago. But the symbols and the markings on this. Now, it's possible that they may be from some prehistoric tribe or something of the sort. Certainly from no language or peoples that I've studied over the past, that would have existed in the past 1,000 years. But I would venture to guess that the markings on these are not, well, let's say they're not natural in origin. Perhaps even supernatural would be the word they use here.
That just means very natural. Oh wait, I'm not there. Never mind.
Everything points to lizard people, I've been telling you.
This would indeed be pointing to, well, lizard people would be one possible explanation, yes.
Maybe all the explanations, if you ask me. Alright, as is. You find your gaydar down here yet or not? We got this big old cube. This is a good hint.
If I keep digging for a while, do I find anything else?
Yeah, after a few moments of digging, doesn't take you too long, just to the end of that conversation, really. About a minute. You find buried next to that, just like half a foot to the side, another couple inches lower. There's a giant glass jar. It's got this really, as you lift it up out of the ground, it's got this thick, like liquid, very viscous liquid as you pull it up. Let's see, what is your, I gotta check your skills.
Bet you we could give that to Diaz up top, and I bet he drank that.
I was gonna say the same thing.
LM. Okay.
LMAO.
Oh,
Lamau.
so as you're lifting it up, you recognize like that this is formalin. It's a formaldehyde used for preserving samples. So you realize that before you even fully pull it out, that you know whatever is in here is meant to be preserved. As you lift it out, you see in the center of this giant glass jar, it's a
Insect
dragonfly. It's a huge insect.
Ooh.
So, you might not fully grasp the scale of this, but there's this golden dragonfly, and it is about like 30 inches long.
Oh,
So it's like almost the size of the cube by
Jesus
itself.
Christ.
Also golden. Yeah, it's a huge dragonfly. And you all know, like, this is like 5 times as big as dragonflies today. This thing is thick.
Thick fly.
And its wings are crushed. It must have been like stomped on by something. 2 of its wings are even missing. It's definitely suffered some trauma in its death. It's curled
Aw.
up. It's curled up in a death position, as all of the fluid had left its body. It wrinkled up, rolled up like a spiral of sushi.
Aw.
So I need all 3 of you to roll 1d4.
That's unfortunate.
I keep dodging these things. It's great.
I'm dead. I'm
Two,
insane
two,
already.
2.
All right. Oh, 35 minutes ago. Okay. Yeah. You each lose 2 sandy seeing this giant dragonfly. However, I lied, because Corbin, you need to give me a 1d6.
Ah, that's great. Does that replace my D4? Or is it additional?
It'll replace it.
It's gonna fuck me. Yeah, I could tell. I felt that.
Dice are rigged.
Yeah.
Dice are rigged, dude.
You can immediately recognize this. This is a prehistoric dragonfly. It is the largest insect to have ever existed on Earth. It is a Meganora dragonfly.
Omega.
Meganeura. Meganora dragonfly.
Megan.
Meganeura. Meganura. Like
Okay, 30-inch.
30 inches long. And it's just thicky.
Does it look
got
like it's actually
big
well
bones.
preserved, or is it fossilized? It's like preserving a fossil.
It is not fossilized. It is preserved in formaldehyde.
And does the jar look like it's made like 1,000,000 years ago? You know, like one of those 1,000,000-year-old jars, like
Uh,
from
No,
you know,
it
like
says
a
Ball
common
on
like
it.
Tupperware brand, or what?
It's a Ball brand glass jar.
Okay,
Ball's been around for a while.
yeah,
Like
it
100
is.
years.
Yeah,
Since
like
ancient time, dude.
1,000,000 years, billion
Yeah,
years.
for real.
they've been around since prehistoria for sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
So all of you instantly are like, holy shit, there's a giant fucking dragonfly. Why is this in his basement, in his root cellar? But Corbin specifically, you immediately know that not only is this like a very perfectly preserved, like recently like dead, it has not been fossilized. Either like someone put it in formaldehyde 300 million years ago right as it died, and it was perfectly preserved here in this spot, or it was recently put into this jar, like
Okay.
within the past 2 months.
Yeah.
So you know that this dragonfly died within the last 2 months, and it is specifically from the Carboniferous period, 300 million years ago.
We're time travelers.
If this dragonfly is real, again, you don't know for sure. If it is real, its value is beyond any scientific discovery of the past like 20 years at the very least. Like, this is like, people would kill to get this thing. It is that huge of a discovery.
Yeah.
The big bug.
Does it look like that's all that was buried there? Like, does it look like there's more dirt to dig up?
Yeah. However, if you continue to dig, you don't find anything else buried here.
Okay.
All right.
We
So
should put these in our Trader Joe's bag with the other evidence.
yeah. Let's play it out a little bit.
Oh, this is incredible. How did he find these? Why were they buried here in such a realistic fashion? Was he trying to breed this box with it?
No, Deland, you don't understand the significance of this. If this is what I know it is, there's no possible way this could exist. This in particular is a Meganora dragonfly, prehistoric, 300 million years ago. There is no conceivable way that this could exist right now. No. It's perfectly preserved in formaldehyde. The only way that could have happened is if some... No, it doesn't make any sense. But I'm not wrong. This is what it is. This right here is the architectural find, not just of a lifetime, of a millennia. But it doesn't make any sense how this is here. I don't know what to make of it.
And what of this box? I mean, these markings are very strange. I've never seen any language like this. Or symbols.
No, you wouldn't. It's not human. Well, my best guess anyways, is it's not human in origin.
Well, what if the symbols are from 300 million years ago as well? From the era of this dragonfly.
What
reasonable explanations do we have here? Radiation, prehistoric,
Time travel.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They turn turtles into real fighting turtles, like people. Maybe he's using radiation to turn bugs into real big bugs. You guys ever seen that series?
At this point, like, Ridgemont, like, he's not even, like, he's way too focused on just figuring out what's going on. He doesn't even hear what he says.
Yeah, so if you thought about what Merv says is like, or what they're saying about it just being a big dragonfly, like, Corbin, like, no, this isn't like a normal dragonfly either. Like, it has other genetic markings of, like, this is, like, it's not only huge, it's not an ordinary dragonfly.
Yeah.
It's very different. So if it was alive, then it's definitely not a modern dragonfly.
I don't know if it'd be appropriate here. Can I do a roll for occult?
You can always try.
I guess specifically what I would be kind of looking at is like, so obviously like we get all the surface level stuff that we're seeing here, and obviously I know that like the cube is supernatural origin, but I'm still trying to put together like, is there something else here that's like particularly weird, either with the dragonfly or just something in this room with the way that these are buried, preserve something in that realm, or if this at all ties back to the stuff that I've seen in the past.
What about them tapes? He had some about heat lamps. You think he was breeding these with them heat lamps?
So how? I'm awful at fucking foundry. I just click on the skill and roll it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Success.
Success. For occult. So you're looking for signs of the occult on the dragonfly?
Yeah, just something about this whole scenario doesn't add up. You know, outside of the fact that obviously it's like prehistory, it still just sort of is like something weird about it, you know.
So from what you know of the occult, there's nothing. So I'll tell you that occult is different than unnatural, but
Okay.
no, it doesn't seem to be anything occult about this. You know, the markings on the cube maybe are some sort of ritualistic thing, but no, the dragonfly, it looks natural. It looks like whoever was put this in here was just trying to preserve it.
Okay.
And that like its crushed wings and it's curled up, like that was natural death. It wasn't like part of some sort of cult recipe or ritual thing. Like it just died.
Okay. Now, one last thing, boys. From what I can reckon here, besides the fact that this is the most miraculous thing ever from a history and archaeological perspective, I don't see anything else out of the ordinary with this. Nothing else occult or paranormal of the sorts, other than the markings on the cube, of course. But I would venture to guess this dragonfly likely died of natural causes. And in all other ways, it looks normal as could be for a creature of this earth.
Can we use like some kind of I don't know, a recalling for the tape when they said that his blueprints he used like a weird code? If this kind of looks like how they described it, it was like math symbols. Look like math, look like symbols. That's what they had said in the tape.
Yeah, that's what Montgomery Green said about Arthur Hunt's symbols. I mean, this fits the description. You know, strange symbols. You don't know for sure because he didn't. Clifford doesn't have any of these in his home in his notes, anything like that. But yeah, it's totally feasible.
What about the blueprints he had that he had translated? Did we ever find any of those? Or do we just know about them from the tape?
You just know about them from the tape.
Okay. You boys reckon we can translate this if we look at them blueprints? He always went from symbols like this to English.
I would guess it would take a while, but it's worth a shot at least.
Gives more details than standing here staring at a hole in the dark.
Looks like there's nothing else left in here. We should get out of here.
We need
There's
to be
probably
careful.
radiation all around us. We gotta go.
We need to be careful with both of these. The value of them is immeasurable.
Mm-hmm.
We should keep it away from Nina.
That's probably a good idea. I don't know if
agree.
they'll fit in my backpack, but anyone got a tarp or anything we cover them with?
We can find some Trader Joe's bags inside.
Buy them or something, boy. You always talking about them.
I run out of here. I'm still worried about the radiation. Oh, we gotta go, guys. We gotta go. The radiation. It's all around us. We gotta get moving.
Uh-huh. So you're holding the jar, right?
Me?
Yeah, the line is holding the jar.
No, I just set it down. I thought Corbin was looking at it.
You gave him the cube.
Yeah, and then I took the jar out and I set it down. I wasn't holding
Okay, you
it.
set it down. You weren't. Okay, so the
Yeah,
jar's
and
just sitting there.
I thought Corbin. Well, I thought Corbin grabbed it and was inspecting it.
Yeah, I'll grab the. I haven't been explicit about this, but I'm assuming it's fine. I assume that Corbin would reasonably have like some just like archaeological tools with them, and it's like a little like.
Yeah, you got a
satchel,
magnifying
whatever.
glass for sure.
Got a fucking magnifying glass. Got a fucking little, you know,
Toothpick.
Brush.
yeah, toothpick shit. I feel like
Putting into a brownie.
possibly I can stick the jar in the bag, or at least like not all the way covered, but partially. It's 30 inches.
The jar would fit in a Trader Joe's bag.
Well, I'm saying I have some sort of like satchel, fucking
Do you have-
messenger style bag, whatever.
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
know.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah,
my
it would
God.
fit in there.
Yeah. Not the cube though. Fucking Merv's got that shit.
Where's that?
Alright, I'll carry that.
I probably would. I also feel like he would reasonably have like, fucking, I don't know.
I've got my
Honestly,
tactical backpack that I
tarp,
carry
but-
with me.
Okay, you can fit it in that. Then cool.
I don't know if I can fit it in there. I do have basic camping gear back in my Ford F-150 at base, but you know that's a couple hours away.
Yeah.
Back at the headquarters.
I feel like Corbin would reasonably have like, I don't know what you call it, not a tarp, but just like, you know, you're fucking on a little dig site. You got your little like
Tarp.
fucking tarp blanket thing you lay out, put your tools on, you know.
Yeah. Would you have carried it with you? Here?
I'm imagining you just fold it up in a bag, yeah.
Depends on how big it is, I suppose. But okay, yeah. You want to
It's
wrap the
probably doesn't-
cube in the tarp.
Yeah, I don't
fine.
know if necessarily even like covers the cube entirely, but yeah, I do want to wrap it. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
Don't want to be flashing our 3 or 15-pound cube of gold, you know. Cover it up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so you wrap up the cube in a tarp, put it in a bag, and you've got the dragonfly in the jar in your satchel. You guys
Yeah.
head back upstairs, and you just see Nino just sitting there, tracing his finger around the footprint.
He's
Guys,
just been
guys.
eating dirt the whole time.
I made a mold of the footprint, you know, for later.
Um,
That's
I sent the mold in
surprisingly
the chat.
useful. Well, you keep that. I got a photo of the footprint as well.
I made a mold.
Oh. That's fantastic.
I like how
I kind of
your
ignored him
phone
and just
number is
ran.
on that.
I kind of ignored him and ran inside and grabbed the tapes and rushed out to the car. And I'm just waiting by the door to get ready to get in and get out of here.
Okay.
Well, I think photogrammetry has progressed quite well today, but mold is also helpful, I suppose.
Yeah, we can make copies. We can put them up or like hand them out to everybody that we meet. You know, maybe they'll help us find the
You want to make
footprint. I mean,
copies
there can't
of...
be that many size 11s, right?
Right.
Copies of the mold?
I also have a physical mold right here. This is just pictures of the mold that I sketched in my free time.
Would there be a way to
Yes.
check the pattern of the shoe print and test it against different shoes?
Yes,
Does
so
the
that's
shoe
what
fit?
Nino would be doing, yeah.
Okay.
He's got to send it to like a lab or something. But he made a mold, and you can.
Well, I'm sure there's like, I don't think there's need to send it to a lab. Like, I'm sure there's like a catalog of shoe prints. Like, a lot of shoes have distinct like patterns across
Like
the
these,
bottom.
for example, are boots.
What the fuck?
I don't know that there is just a catalog of shoe prints. Just on like
That's not
Google.
really-
Have you never heard of FootWiki?
I have.
Like there would
On the
be,
everything.
I'm sure there is for like big recognizable stuff for like your Nikes and stuff, but like just any shoe print, I don't know about that.
I mean, how do police
We can just compare it to everybody we meet.
use shoe prints to identify like the
Have
type
them
of
find
shoes
the
people
mold.
wear?
Well,
just
they
look
they
at
get the
brand.
person's shoe normally, but like they would know like if very like big brands, like I said, like if it's a Nike or something, like you
Yeah.
could probably
Can we
recognize
check that
but
it's not? Like, is that a thing we
It's-
can do?
it's not a
better
Nike.
technology for that.
Are you
yeah,
sure these aren't like Air Jordans or some shit? Like,
they're not,
This is
they're not Jordans. Yeah,
It's not a Mikey.
it's not a Mikey either.
Oh. Is it well, it's a work boot, so
It's not Carhartt either.
darn.
um,
Do we know? Is there a history of like somebody coming around here to work on the property? Do we know?
are there
Or we're gonna have
neighbors?
to ask the police.
he has no neighbors. No, everyone else. You guys are up on the hill here, on this part of town, but everyone else is like down here in the center of town. He's up on the hill all by himself. And as far as you know, no one's been coming up to maintain the property. The deputy Androsi, Delane's BFF, was the only one that came up here after Clifford's death.
Did he
As far
not
as you're
when
aware.
he
As
he
far as
came
you've
with
been told.
us? Did he not find it weird that it was so clean?
I don't know. You can ask him.
Before we end up leaving, can we do our best to make the scene look as though we hadn't disturbed it? Take the time to do that.
In the cellar?
Wait.
Yeah, in the cellar.
We want to do that?
Yeah, I don't want whoever was taking care of that to know that we took it.
What if we do want them to know we took it?
They'll find
Nah.
out if they check.
I don't
but
think we do.
I think
Then
we're better off not
The
letting
culprit
them know.
will come find us. We don't have to go find
I
them.
don't think we want that.
Well, we're trying to find them, Army. So
If they
Sure.
could find us with weapons.
The more important thing though is that we don't want them to cause such a disturbance that the normal folk get a word of it too, because we need to make some kind of cover story that's believable for the public that isn't supernatural. And currently, this seems supernatural.
well, I already ran out, so I can't do anything to stop you.
Okay. Literally, just go back down the stairs.
No, I wouldn't know. That's right. I wouldn't know you're trying to take it up. I didn't cover it up personally. I just like ran out and ran to the car.
Okay.
I will help you fix the cellar.
But I am
Yep.
gonna, while I'm waiting for them,
Strong man.
while I'm waiting for them, I kind of look around to see if there's like anywhere like in the area that someone could be like, could like see the house. Like, is it like obvious that people would have parked here or something? Like, is there like a house like a couple,
No.
you know, like a little ways away or?
No. He's
Okay.
like 2 miles outside of town. He's on the top of a hill, like by himself. There's nothing else. Like there's a hillside there, but there's no other structures or anything. There's no trees either. Well, I guess there might be a couple like very small desert trees or something, but like it's not forested. So like there is nothing around.
Okay. Mm. Okay.
Okay, so is Merv and Nino gonna rake it up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll take you probably. Thank you. There is how good is Nino at gardening?
I'm pretty good.
It's in his blood.
Thank you. Yeah, so normally this would take, like, because you guys just, like, dug it up in the center there, so it would take a good, like, 30 minutes, but Nino's pretty good, so it only takes 10 minutes.
It's like when you play those like Lego games and you're building real fast. It's
Yeah.
like what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know how much money falls at.
Yeah, so two of you, like, pushing the dirt in the middle, raking it up, 10 minutes, no problem. Well, while this was happening, what is Corbin doing in this 10 minutes? 10, 15 minutes?
So they're helping with that, and then
Delane's just looking around.
and just like the grass outside, right?
I
Oh,
don't
I'm
know.
just
He's
looking
looking
around
at the hills.
the house, like
Yeah.
seeing if there's any like.
Yeah, but we're like on the backyard outside of the.
He
that's where he's
apparently
at.
went to the car. In the front. So you guys are in the backyard. He's apparently at the front of the house. So he's not with you. Unless you walk over to him.
Okay. Yeah, Corbin will walk over to him then. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's in the car.
At the car?
He's out the car. Okay. Well, whatever.
I don't think he has
I don't
keys. I
have
don't know
keys,
if he
yeah.
locked it. I don't know.
Okay.
While I'm waiting for them, can I like look around more, like not just for houses, but like for signs of like
Nah, fuck it. Let's do a scene.
Yeah, as you're looking around, Corbin walks. You hear pit pat, next to you. You see
Yeah.
Corbin walking up to you as you're scanning the area.
like seeing like looking for anything like out of the ordinary, like oh, there's an alcove over there that someone could be in, like a little cave or some shit, like any rock formations, like anything in the desert that we should be investigating that's nearby that, you know.
No, nothing of interest. Like nothing of interest
walking
around this
distance?
house. No.
Okay.
So, yeah. So as Monroe is just kind of going and looking around, Corbin kind of, I'm just imagining he's just like sort of out looking, scanning the horizon, the lane anyways, and Corbin kind of walks up next to him and then rests his elbows on the hood of the car. Look, Delane. The rest of these guys, they're not exactly the academic type. With all due respect, I think you understand as well as I the significance of what we found here. What do you have to make of all of it? By all measures, history, science, any way you want to look at it, what we found down there shouldn't be possible.
What can I speak to about like the lifetime of formaldehyde preservation? Like, can I notice that from the formaldehyde that it's like recently,
Yeah. So
like it's been recently used?
I think even reasonably though, like there's no other way, right? Like it couldn't. Formaldehyde solutions wouldn't have existed. Like
No,
so
no,
much
no, I
required.
know, but I'm trying to see if I can check by like the way the formaldehyde looks, like the lifetime. Like it's been, you know, only been used for a certain amount of time.
So formaldehyde is like bless you, is an organic compound, but yeah. So it you can tell that it is like relatively recent. Like it hasn't had that much of an effect on the because it's not a perfect preservative, right? It hasn't had like that much of an effect on the dragonfly. Like you can tell that it was used. The dragonfly was put in the formaldehyde in the past like 2 months. It was recent, and you know
Okay,
it's
so, like-
formaldehyde.
Okay. So I kind of relay that over to Corbin. I tell him like, from the
I
look of
already
that
had surmised
formaldehyde.
that, but yeah, you keep going.
Yeah, from the look of the formaldehyde, it hasn't been, been preserving it for that long. This is a very recent addition. And wait, wouldn't there be like, oh, there's like the jars like sealed, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Did you open
So- No. Just from the look of the formaldehyde, I can tell that this is recently done. Does the 2-month time window put it before Corbin's death, right?
Yes.
So I note that as well. Like, it seems like Corbin was up to something with this gold box and this for
Dragonfly.
Dragonfly before his death. They did say he was like trying to find objects in the rubble of the old facility for a long time before he passed away. Potentially, this is what he found there. It could have something to do with the research being done at that facility. If so, that what they were trying to do is groundbreaking.
Look, I know this is gonna be absurd, but there's no other. I'm not a physics boy or a science man, to be honest with you. Of course, I know enough to get by, but is there any sort of. There's the possibility of time travel. Is that even something we should consider here? I don't mean to say now that we've got some people going back into the past and ripping stuff out, but I mean, look, you look at the nature of this Detroit facility here, the radiation. Perhaps they were bringing something back. I don't know. If not time travel, then perhaps regenerating old preserved life forms. I don't know.
Well, it's impossible to rule anything out at this point, but I'm still shaken by, the radiation all around it. They must be up to something extremely dangerous to have all this radiation involved. The destruction of that backyard was certainly far from natural.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like he was certainly up to something before he passed away. We really need to get to the site. What would we call it?
Yes,
The facility, like that place where he died.
that.
We need to get to the scene of the murder.
I forget where. The Clifford Potter, was he the one that died like near the facility? The ruins of it? Because I know there's one that died a few miles or further out, but.
Yeah, Clifford died at the rubble of the plant. He got killed
Anyways,
by the bobcat, is what the sheriff initially thought. He died next to his bobcat. And the other lady.
Look, I wasn't
Lucia
exactly
Meyer,
putting a lot of credence into the whole Geiger counter, but I'm beginning to think it might be a little bit more of a necessity here.
Sorry, I was on mute. Yes, he died at the plant.
Okay, thank you. That's what I.
He died
was trying to look up.
next to his bobcat.
Right.
And Lucille Meyer died on the other side of town, away from the plant. But yeah, he died in the rubble, and the townspeople had known he's been going to the plant, like digging stuff up for a while. So that wasn't a secret.
Yeah.
Whatever forces are at work here that are making it possible for this creature to exist in our day, I'd venture to guess there's a pretty good chance of it being hazardous.
formaldehyde as a preservative is really only good for a few months to maybe a couple years. So by itself, it's normally used as like the initial preservative because it's pretty easy to make. But like this isn't like a long-term preservative solution. It's just like used for professionally. It's used to like transport things. Like Corbin, you would know, like when you find stuff on site, digging stuff
Yeah.
up, you put it in formaldehyde and then you ship it somewhere else and preserve it better. Like that's how it's used.
Okay.
So this looks like it's still perfectly fine. Sorry, I just had to look that up for more context.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So realistically, what safety equipment do you recommend here? We want to go to that site. I agree. That's the next move. I just want to make sure we're taking the proper precautions, and then we need to get moving on with this. That was directed to Delane.
Maybe we should investigate the other victim's home first. See if she has any. She was hoarding anything that could connect her in some way.
Alright. Well, hopefully the boys over there are about done tidying up. Want to keep moving on with this.
Yeah, are Merrill and me still fixing the basement?
Yeah, so you guys are. It can finish just about now.
Okay. Merrill, I have a question for you.
Yeah, what do you need?
Have you ever seen Transformers?
Which one?
I've only seen the first one, so I guess the first one.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Okay. Just this might be a little out there, right? But the guy died next to his Bobcat, right?
Mm-hmm.
What if that Bobcat was a
Decepticon.
Transformer? Exactly, a Decepticon.
Now, it's reasonable. But here's the only problem with it, right? That Decepticon would be gone by now. They'd clear out. They got things to do.
True. He would have flown back to the moon or something.
Ain't gonna stay around forever.
It's true. That's true. What if he was an Autobot, but he got hacked by terrorists?
Oh, now you're saying something. You think terrorists have that kind of computer capabilities?
I don't know. They might. You're the expert.
Well, I mean, I'm an expert at shooting at them. I don't know about the computer side of things, bud. But that's not me.
Well, if you hit a computer hard enough, it'll break, right?
Yeah, I mean, I could shoot the Bobcat, sure.
Yeah. Why don't we go do that just to make sure? You
Well,
know, leave no stone unturned.
It's made of metal, a real chance of ricochet. Somebody might lose an eyeball.
It's true. We could just hit it with something.
Well, we go out there, maybe you hit it with something.
Okay.
But we'll keep that on the back burner of ideas. Maybe that's a last resort.
Sounds good.
Pretty good at this whole gardening thing. Do it a lot?
No.
Ah. Just natural for you, huh?
I guess
Makes
so.
sense. I can see
Why
it.
do you say that?
You just look like a fella that would be good at it.
Because I'm strong?
Yeah, you look like you work out in the sun, you know?
I think it's more the fire.
Yeah, maybe.
It keeps me a nice golden brown.
Like marshmallow. You go camping, Ivor?
Sometimes.
That's good. That's good. That's real good.
People don't like to bring me though, because sometimes I'll just put out the campfire without thinking.
Alright, well, I'm not inviting you to go camping with me then.
Probably for the best.
Okay. So, you guys get back to the car at this point. And you see Delane and Corbin, discussing things on the side of the car. Yes, you
Probably
know.
not nearly as important as what we were talking about.
No,
No,
not a
definitely
critical
not.
conversation. No. So, what do you guys do with all this information?
Ooh. You think we should head back to the site of the murder? Maybe go to the offices? I don't know. See if we can find some symbols around there.
Or boots.
Or boots. Might be some work boots. I bet you that scene of the rubble has a bunch of stuff that might be a bit more useful now that we know some more.
I just think we need to keep up the pace here. Whatever person is moving on this, I'm worried we've got a timetable for these things. It wasn't that long ago that these were placed down in the dirt. Now, we
I
don't
was
want
never
the
really
trail.
on timetable.
We don't want the trail to run cold. You see.
True.
Do you think we
So
can
we should probably wait until morning, because it gets pretty cold at night here. Although we do have a good amount of the day left still.
It's noon.
We still have like 8 hours of daylight.
thank you. You guys think whoever was working down under raking all that dirt gonna be back sometime soon?
So, to be clear, everything you've seen could have reasonably been,
Oh, it could have been done by the one guy who was murdered.
yes.
Yeah, because it was before him.
Right.
Yeah.
So if anybody would have the boots, it would be him. Where's the body?
The body
it's
is
like
at the morgue now.
Super mangled and torn apart.
Yeah, it's at the morgue now. But you guys can go see the murder site. Or murder site, the death site. Sorry, at the plant, and the Bobcat now. Deputy Androsi told you is back at the gas and sip with Jarvis and Montgomery Green. So you can look at that as well. But yeah,
Might be worth talking to Montgomery Green. He's the one who'd seen some of his plans before. You might have an idea of where we can
This
find
is the body yet?
I would
Okay.
guess. I would venture to guess that's a natural next step. Get a better sense of what we're dealing with here. I'm beginning to worry that we might be brushing up against some real hazardous things here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Do you think the morgue would have his boots? Because we could match the mold and see if it's been him here this whole time, or if it's been someone else.
It's not a bad idea to go and check for that.
Well, when we go to the site of his murder, we might see if the footprints are still there from his boots.
I
Or I
would
think
go.
Okay.
we should compare it to the real boots, just to be sure.
Procedurally, I'm not 100% sure how these things go, but it would likely be either the morgue or the local law enforcement agency that would have his personal belongings in custody.
I don't know for sure if the local police gonna have his items in custody with how they've handled the case thus far. Well, wasn't even interested in the tapes that we just listened to.
yes. So the morgue did have like his belongings. The coroner had all his belongings from when he died. So if these boots are Clifford's, and if he died with them, they would be with the coroner.
Just doing the obvious, I'm assuming we didn't see any boots in the house. Not that we were explicitly looking for them, but the house was pretty like immaculate, like clean, right?
Would we be explicitly looking for them?
He did have like clothes and some shoes and stuff. You, you can
Closet
go
again.
check again if you want.
We can do a quick try.
Let's
So
just check the closet.
Check his closet.
just
Yeah.
do a quick check.
Let me see. Does he got boots?
Size 11 maybe.
Size 11 boots. Yeah. So you go into the house. In fact, I think it was actually Nino that checked his bedroom initially. So you know where his closet is. You go into his closet, and there's he's got a shoe rack of a bunch of different shoes. He's got like 4 pairs of boots there. You check each one of them comparing to the mold. He is a size 11. And you realize after pulling the second pair of boots that these are all the same pair of boots. Some of them
Match
in
the
worse
mold?
condition than others, and they match the mold.
I take the newest pair of shoes and I put them on.
Okay.
If it's all the same ones, nobody's gonna miss one pair of boots.
Well, he certainly won't miss them.
Yeah, I'm taking the boots.
Okay.
All right, false alarm, guys. We don't need to put those flyers up after all.
Alrighty.
Oh, also, his shoes match the mold that I made.
That's cool. That's good to know.
I'm happy we've got that one solved.
There ain't nobody gonna be coming around poking around, probably not. If these boots match. So guess we lock up. We're good for the day.
How far is the other victim's house from where we're at?
So the other victim did have a partner. She's in the middle of town, 2 miles away from where you currently are.
Okay, so it's not like too much of a drive to go there before we go back and rest for the day.
Again, it is 12:30.
In the morning?
Yes, it's noon.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
This is
I
the first thing
wanna...
you did. I mean, I don't know if I don't think you guys rested last night. Did you? After the, you
Yeah,
did.
we did.
Yeah.
We got
Yeah, we
woken
did.
up to.
So this is basically the first thing you did.
Wait, guys, I have a question. What happens if somebody comes back to the stuff and finds it not there? Do you think that would be bad for us?
Well, you don't know about that stuff.
Oh, sure.
Well, yeah.
He didn't show me the stuff. I guess that's fair. I would have
Yeah,
freaked out over the bug.
I
Yeah, we
assume you guys would have
intentionally-
told them about it, but maybe not.
No, we
You would think,
intentionally
but-
discussed that we would not.
Yeah, that was an explicitly said thing.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
explicitly stated that we were not going to tell him, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Should we leave some kind of like design in the Zen garden so we know if anybody comes back and changes it? Just to see if anyone comes back to the house.
Maybe we should leave an IOU now.
Sure.
One gold cube and an ancient, prehistoric, priceless dragonfly. Meganera dragonfly.
Okay, yeah, that works if you want to do that.
No, let's get moving, alright?
Don't worry, they'll know that it's taken because you took his boots, bud.
No one's gonna miss the boots. He's got 4 pairs. Well, 3 now.
Yeah, so I think it'll be okay. Let's head on over. Should we go to the partner's house and investigate the young lady who died, or should we head to Montgomery? Trying to crack this case a little further.
We should go see if the other victim had any connection to these, our recent strange discoveries.
Heads up, team. Sorry, we got some thieves in this party that just like to steal boots. But don't worry, he drew a nice picture of the footprint. I don't know if you saw that. Smith, you want to bring that back up so Zeptima can see? Yeah, there you go. So you don't have to miss it. They're not. As long as you don't die, we won't steal your boots. Don't worry.
We will. I will steal your boots. My rat will come into this campaign and steal your boots.
You won't touch my fucking boots.
Okay.
Listen, I reckon we go and check in with the Montgomerys first, just because we're not sure exactly
Greens.
how long they'll be there for the day.
The
Yeah,
greens.
Montgomery. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
I reckon we check in with old Montgomery Green first. Just make sure that we catch them.
We should check with the other victim first, since she's only 2 miles away.
Oh, are they closer?
No.
Huh? The sip.
They were closer,
stop?
maybe by like, I don't know, 1,000 feet. Like this town is not very big. Everything is, other than where Lucille Meyer died, which was outside of town. Everything is within 2 miles of where you currently are.
Because then,
Okay.
because then Lucille Meyer has a. Does she have a significant other?
Yes.
She had a partner.
She had a partner. That's right, Emily Warren.
Emily Warren. Yep.
But we'd be checking the actual the scene of the death, not their house initially, anyways.
You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one is closer to where you currently are. It doesn't really matter. They're like a minute apart.
Whatever, it don't matter.
I think we go to Montgomery. That's related to the information we have at the moment.
That's my
Well,
side.
I think
Compartmentalize.
it'd
And
be
then-
better to investigate the other murder victim to see if she has any question or any connection, so that if we need to ask Montgomery any questions related to her as well, then we'd have that information. I want to know if she has any connection to Montgomery before we go investigate him.
I mean, he ain't gonna go anywhere, is he?
Yeah, but I'd rather optimize our time. We still have to visit both murder sites.
You don't have to be
Oh, wait.
together.
That's true.
Party splits are always a great idea. Yeah.
So
Never always beneficial.
So don't metagame that, because like you guys are investigating. You don't all need to like 4 people be interrogating one person, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's fair.
Like take this as if you are on this case, like investigating. Would you all need to be in the same place, especially when it's like, again, you're within a mile of each other at any point?
Well, Professor Hammy and I will go get Montgomery, and then, as is, you can take Diaz and head over to.
This is the
Emily.
worst trade deal.
That guy creeps me out.
I think you two need to learn to get along. It'll be perfect.
I don't.
Look,
He's gloomy and weird.
Well,
either way,
Eccentric.
you'll be the sun, his rain cloud.
this is the most natural way to split up. Me and Aziz, disastrous. No. Me and Ocho Diaz, or me and Nino, also not a great idea, I reckon.
But
No
I don't want
offense.
to go with that guy. He's weird. He was looking at a rake for like 15 minutes.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. But we have to drive
Son.
together anyway. Let's just get in the car and start driving. Then.
You're a
I'm
weird
not-
ass individual yourself. You're
You're
well
the one
suited
eating
for each
sand,
other.
bud.
Yeah,
You
but I'm
ain't
the
dead,
eat
he's
dirt kind of weird. I'm not the stare at a rake and charge head first into a basement kind of weird. Those are just polar opposites. Those are 2 different extremes.
Well,
When I think about
The end of the bell curve. I just learned what that was the other day.
when I think about when my buddy's looking at a rake, I think, what could I do? That is the opposite of that, and I go and eat some dirt.
Yep. Why use a
Dirt
rake
eater,
when you
rake
could just?
licker.
I will
One's
not be
funny
a
weird,
sheep.
There's creepy weird.
I won't be a
One's like,
sheep
why
and
is
stare at
he-
a rake.
and the other's like, why is he doing that?
I said why. It was very clear why I freaked out.
Yeah, and I don't want to be around you if you have another episode. Do you think
You're the
I'm
one-
emotionally capable of
you're-
handling that?
Okay.
You're the
No.
one who's probably has cancer right
I
now.
think you
Who's
are
driving?
more well. I think you are more well equipped to deal with it than Merv. All
I mean,
things
I mean,
considered.
let's be
No
let's be
offense,
real.
Merv.
You've been lying pretty well.
I
Alright, I don't
think
want to be with that nerd anyway.
I think I should go investigate the other victim on my own. I think
I
Nino here needs
agree.
to get to a hospital and get checked for radiation poisoning.
Well, you two can go investigate Emily, and if you think the hospital's necessary, you take them there.
Delane, with the possible forces we're dealing with here, if you go off run on your own, I'm worried for your safety. I don't think
I'm
it's in your
worried for
best
my
interest.
safety with.
Reason to send him alone.
I think
It
I'm
doesn't
more
hurt
worried
to
for my
have a little bit
safety.
of muscle backing you. And that's why I'm with
Ah.
Merv.
I am
do
worried
love
about my
a slow
safety
drag.
with the Nino.
Okay.
Alright, great. Glad we all agree. Let's do it.
Okay, there's no agreement done, but sure.
Okay. So you guys get in the car. Who's driving?
I don't like that the GM manipulated us. I'll be honest.
You don't. You can be together if you want. I'm just saying, like, because
I don't like that he put this idea in your guys' head, and now we're just going with it.
Well, you want to go talk to the other girl, and we want to talk to this guy.
Yeah, like splitting a party in an adventure game, like a fantasy game. That's bad most of the time.
Yeah, this totally ends
isn't
up well.
This
works out.
investigation.
This is a horror game.
Yeah,
Way
this works out.
safer.
Yeah, this works out every time in our favor for sure.
No, I agree.
What?
We shouldn't metagame. It's reasonable we would party split here, and either way that we're gonna do the pairings, I mean, it's going to be fucking Corbin and Nino or Corbin and Merv, and then vice versa. Like, it's gonna be one academic type and one muscle type. So however you guys want to do that split.
I think this is natural.
Okay.
And character, Corbin's definitely gonna want to go with Merv over
Well,
fucking
that's
Nino.
right.
Yeah, that's the obvious.
I feel like
choice.
Aziz
Everyone
would
wants to be
not-
with Merv.
I feel like Aziz would not care that much, but
I mean,
but
yes,
Ocho
you're-
Diaz does not want to be with Delane.
now, yeah,
He's weird.
As he
that's
is.
understandable. I get that. But you don't have to. I mean, you can contest it. That's fine.
He's got a greasy forehead and his glasses fused with his sideburns.
Are
Well,
we?
you just get in the car then while he talks.
I'm concerned
Have
that
we?
if Nino and Merv get together, they're just gonna be talking about movies the entire time. They're gonna be talking about Ninja Turtles and Transformers and shit. They won't get anything done.
Is that what the Ninja Turtle song?
Yeah,
I
they're
kinda
gonna
like
they're
that
gonna miss the
split.
gold cube talking about movies. Meanwhile, Corbin and frickin' Delane are gonna go downstairs and get murdered by a lizard person because neither of us have any strength.
That's fine. What makes
Apparently
you
I
think
can't
there's a
see
lizard
for
person?
Shit, either.
No way there's a lizard person.
If we
Well,
wipe, I'm making a new
people-
character with really high search. It's actually ridiculous.
You guys are investigating things. Okay.
Like what
Ask-
making
you don't ask
me
other
the twin
people to
brother.
search for you. We have a whole team of people. Some of us might be capable at searching. You could just ask for that.
Yeah, I forgot I could search. I can.
You can all search to varying degrees of competency. So
Yeah, my search is pretty good.
so
I'm a
I
firefighter.
ask again. I think maybe you guys have been avoiding this question, but who's driving?
I
I'll
already
drive.
said his
Nino.
Ocho Diaz.
Yeah.
I drove here.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's driving the
I
town.
also have the best try.
Yeah, please roll driving.
Okay.
You don't need.
You should not have to roll driving.
You
right
don't need to
now,
roll.
be clear.
Unless
Aw, can I anyway, this is a really cool way to get at like
Unless your driving is like 1, okay, you have a 50 in drive, you're fine. Yeah, you can handle driving down this dirt road, down into
Thank
town.
the Lord.
Driving around town, and again, it's a very small town. I don't know if you would have been given. Hey, you probably in your notes you have Lucia Meyer and Emily Warren's address. So as you pull up this, you probably arrive at her house before the gas and sip. I'll say it's on, this edge of town somewhere before you get onto the main road. Whereas the gas and sip is like right here. at the along the highway. So somewhere in town, it makes more sense to stop at Emily Warren's house. You're able to, navigate the 2 streets of Hellbend, and let's see, is there a description of their house? It's kind of like a quaint little bungalow. It's not a very large house. As you recall from your notes, neither of them are native to Hellbend. Emily Warren's been here for a couple decades. She's like 60, 70. Wait, let me see if that's correct. I lied. Oh, that was Cliff, is 60. She's like 40. She's been here for a decade and a half then. She moved out here to do her art. Lucille Meyer, her partner, they met in LA at some art shows, and Lucille Meyer has been out here for 2 years, 2 or 3 years, something like that. And they are known around town as the Lesbians. So you pull up to Emily's house. Just a quaint little bungalow. Out front, there's a couple like wood sculptures. They've got a couple little garden of some desert plants, some cacti, some palms, other things like that. It looks nice. A nice little cabin out here in the desert. But yeah, they've got all sorts of sculptures out front, made from driftwood and branches and stuff like that.
Okay.
Real quick, one point of clarity. So, Emily Warren was originally from Hellbent, correct?
No.
Okay, because I had it in my notes last time she was born and raised in Hellbent.
Yeah, that's what I had too.
Born and raised? No.
Yeah, I had it as the victim was from not here.
Yeah,
And then
so
the gas station's owner's son that he owns the gas station with is also not from here. He's not a local. And there was just 3 non-locals, and it was her, him, and then the one guy remaining, which is the guy who, the son of the gas station owner.
So Warren wasn't born and raised here. She's been here for, maybe I said that, but she's been here for a long time. She's not like a newcomer.
Okay.
But she's from like she's from the desert. She hasn't lived in Hellbent though. She's from Death Valley specifically. She was born and raised in Death Valley, so around here, but not Hellbent specifically. Sorry. She's been in Hellbent for 10, 20 years. But she's just from the desert. Some people in town might have known her, right? Because it's just a bunch of small towns of like 100 people, right? So they probably know, like, in the newspaper or something, like, oh, the girl that, the artist that goes to LA. Like, they've probably had heard of her, but no, she's been only been living here for a decade or 2.
And then she goes out to LA on occasion for art reasons.
Yes, and that is where she met Lucille Meyer. Lucille Meyer has only lived here for a couple years. 2 or 3 years.
So are we at the house now?
You're on the street outside the house. You pull up and you see all
Okay.
those sculptures and stuff.
And any of the sculptures, do I see something concerning, like a lizard or a dragonfly?
Like on the sculptures, or the sculptures are lizard or dragonfly?
The sculptures are lizards or dragonflies.
There are a couple that are like, all the sculptures are like figures of various desert life. So there is actually one that looks like a lizard. No dragonflies though.
Do I see on any of these sculptures, or just in general, around on the house or around the house, the markings that we saw on the cubes, like those strange symbols?
Nope.
Okay. While I'm here, and while we're talking and I'm observing the place, I'm keeping an eye out for anything that looks like it might connect to what we saw in the basement.
Okay. Oh,
So,
and another note. It is very close to the gas and sip. It's actually like 100 feet. It's like right
Hmm.
around the corner from it. Sorry.
okay.
So they're very, very
I
close.
group. I
So I
point
just-
and I say, "Hey, have you guys ever noticed that gas and sit backwards is piss and sag?" I just think that's funny.
I'm not listening to him. I'm just walking toward the house.
Okay.
That is a very useful observation, boy. Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be useful, I'm sure.
I'm positive.
Anyways, let's go inside.
Let's go.
So because they're so close, are we still splitting up or are we not splitting up?
Now
Oh, yeah.
together.
Well, why not?
Okay.
Might as well split up.
I figure it makes more sense since it's so close, but
Yeah.
Whatever.
it's up to you.
I think we'll
I'm
just
heading
split up
into the
to
house.
Save time in the day, and then we'll just collect our resources at night to go over each other's notes.
So who's
Sure.
going up to the house?
I don't know who's doing what.
I mean, we should be doing one academic, one muscle. That's the split. However we want to split, I don't care.
Yeah, I'll go with the weirdo.
I'm already knocking on the front door.
Okay.
All right. So then me and Merv are gonna get all the spooky music that's going on right now.
We'll meet you guys after.
Meet you after.
And we're gonna walk over to the sag and piss.
Do you want me to drop you off? I know 100 feet's kind of far sometimes.
No, I
I
think
just drop you off and go with you guys, you know.
no, it's all right. I think as is gonna need you.
Okay.
Just need some muscle to handle this painter lady.
Yeah,
Uh,
this 40-year-old lone woman.
yeah,
She might be a lizard person, you know.
she might be. It's dangerous. For all those
If you
lizard
get-
people that you know for sure are in this town.
Just so happens lesbian and lizard both start to spell. I don't know.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So you,
So is
knock,
she,
knock, knock.
is she gay or bi?
What's that?
Lesbian.
Is she gay or bi?
You can ask her.
Yep. You could have.
Okay. I will.
The FBI did not tell you. You know for sure she is at least into women.
That's half.
Knock, knock, knock.
Oh God, why is he with me?
um, so
It's one of the worst trade deal.
it takes a little while for her to get to the
Listen,
door.
I know you're not great at talking to people, so if you want, I can do that for you.
Please refrain
One
from
minute.
speaking
One
to this poor
minute.
widow.
I'm in the shower. You hear her shouting.
I will strength to break the door down.
Is this scripted? Was she supposed to be in the shower? Did you add that detail?
Get in there, boys. What are you waiting on?
That's actually just every day at exactly 12:45 she hops in the shower.
It's,
Shower
it's
time.
scripted like if you came at this time, she's in the shower.
Did you break the door down?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. Um. Red flag. Yeah. She's kind of sus. After another minute or two, you see her open the door. She's in a towel. It's just she sees you two. What are you guys dressed in, by the way?
This.
Just that,
just like
right?
casual wear, you know,
Casual lab
Casual.
coat.
With my
like
hat.
summer clothes, like nice like shorts with a bunch of pockets and buttons, just to like be able to have like all my stuff on me, and I'm carrying my like chemical case and
Casual summer clothing with my chemical case.
yep, and then a little button-down shirt, you know.
Wearing a Hawaiian tee.
Yeah,
and some
for real.
chemicals around my belt. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. We're working with
Oh.
the local force. We're outside specialists come to investigate the death of your. Were they married? Do I know?
That's a
They
good
were
question.
partners.
I don't believe they were married.
Okay, your
But definitely
your partner and another victim with a similar issue. And we were hoping we could ask you for some more information.
Oh, well, I already told Deputy Androsi everything. Everything I
Yeah,
know, but
yeah, but
who did you
we're
say?
some fresh eyes.
Who are you working for?
Just the local department, like Deputy Andrews and some of the other guys are a little young. They haven't dealt with many cases like this in the past. I mean, since you guys have such a safe and quiet city, they asked for external help, so we were sent from
Wow.
outside the county.
Oh, yeah, I suppose I could go over with you again. Well,
Thanks, that would be very kind. Just some fresh eyes, just to take another look around the
yes,
investigation.
yes, here, why don't you, come in. She opens the screen door. And,
Thank you.
she opens the door more for you. She says, please have a seat. If you don't mind, I will get dressed first. But please make
Yes,
make
of
yourself
course.
comfortable.
Thank you. And then I kind of sit down in the living room and start taking a look around at the house to see what I observe about it.
All right, Delane, what are we looking for here? What are we trying to get?
Just anything that looks like it might link her in some way to the other victim.
Yes. So you look around, and it's a relatively plain, like floor plan. It's just this one open living room. There's a pretty small kitchen. It's not open, so you can't really see, but you can tell, like, you can see the back wall of the kitchen with a back door leading to the yard. You see art all over the walls. You see a bunch of sculptures in the house too, smaller ones. There's a mantle over the fireplace, and on it there's a couple of carved wooden figures of, lizards and some plants. You see
Lizards, you say?
lizards. Yeah, you see a couple paintings, abstract paintings. It's all sorts of reds, oranges, and golds.
Gold, you say?
Yeah, reds, orange, gold. Very warm colors. Paintings.
Warm, you say?
With
Lizards like warm.
they do. And
Or the lesbian?
Such a lesbian.
they do like it warm.
True.
That's half the rainbow she's by.
The paintings have all sorts of scriptures on them.
Scriptures, you say?
Scriptures.
Do they look like symbols, maybe?
Yes, the paintings look like they have symbols on them.
Do the symbols look like the ones we've seen?
Some of them. So, you see one painting in particular draws your eye. You think for a moment that these symbols are. You think they might be on the cube. And remind me, who is the cube? Is it with Murph?
Currently, it's in the backpack. Yeah.
Okay. So as you're looking at this painting, it doesn't look quite the same, but it does look like there's some numerology involved. That's the first thing you think of. All these strange symbols layered on top of each other. Like you can see, she painted in orange, and then painted over the top of that with gold, and then painted over the top of that with a maroon. So you can see there's layers of these symbols on top of each other. on this particular painting, and the backdrop is a scene of a desert at night. You can see stars up above, over this dark blue landscape, purple hills in the background. But these symbols plastered on top of the desert scenery.
Does it look like it was like a painting and then they slapped these symbols on after, or like was it part of the intent of the painting?
I don't know if you can tell the intent.
Like, does it look like it was part of the art, or does it look like it was like scribbled on top?
It is deliberately like painted. It doesn't look like it was manic or anything like that, or like rushed, if that's what you mean. They took their time to form these symbols, and it's painted.
But so it looks intentional, and does it look like it makes sense in the painting, or is it like completely out of place, just like
I don't know how
drawn on top?
I don't know how cultured Delane Monroe is. Do you want to give me a roll to try to identify it better? To see.
What would be the roll?
Oh, I got this big spider in my room.
Yeah, me too, actually.
He's crawling along my floorboards.
Bet you wish you had some lizards now, huh?
Yeah. I don't know what you really.
Real quick. Give me a sec.
Okay, have fun.
I will.
You don't have like culture or anything. Anthropology you don't have. History maybe you could do?
History?
Yeah, but so I'll tell you like off the top of your head, like, so there are art skills which you do not have. History is the only one I see that could maybe help you out here.
I mean, I don't even see that. Oh, there it is. Oh man, my history's garbage. And I still haven't rolled a single fucking roll that I'm actually good at.
I mean, it's a 10.
That was actually a really good roll too.
Yeah.
It's a shame.
No, it doesn't look like any historically like, this doesn't look like a Da Vinci. That's all you can tell. You're like, no.
Okay.
It's not a. This doesn't look like a Jackson Pollock, and then that's as far as you can get with your artistic analysis.
Okay. Is this the only one that stands out to me as like having those symbols? Do I see anything with that butterfly that looks like the drawing of the butterfly dragonfly that I saw?
No.
Like that exact one.
You don't see any dragonflies.
Okay.
You do see a couple like beetles and things like that. No dragonflies.
Do I see any gold?
In the paintings?
Just in general, like actual physical gold. Yeah.
No.
Like weird objects made of gold.
No.
Okay. Then yeah, that's like enough like observation for this room. I think I'm kind of just gonna wait for her to ask about this painting.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
How was your pee?
It was good. I heard everything.
Good. Okay. She comes back out and she's in a, she's got her hair up in a bun. She's got glasses on her forehead at the moment as she walks out in this like a sundress. She says, sorry, I wasn't expecting anyone. I just finished my morning workout. So would you two like anything? Do you want tea or water?
Answers.
Oh,
don't mind him. Sorry, he's a little bit.
No, yeah, ignore that. I just always wanted to do that. No, go ahead, take your time.
Oh, okay.
He can be a bit much. He's kind of, there for security. Yeah.
Would you like iced tea? Lemonade, maybe? Just make a fresh pitcher this morning.
Could I have an Arnold Palmer?
Um, yeah, yeah, I can make that. And
How that?
what about you? Would you like something?
Please, I would hate to be a burden. I just have some quick questions for you, and we'll be on our way. Don't mind him.
Take one too. Two Arnold
Um,
Palmers, please.
okay, okay, yes. And
I give him a judging look, like, come on, this is not what we're here for.
you hear her.
Bonus.
She walks past you into the kitchen. You hear her opening up the fridge, and she,
I follow her. I follow behind her.
okay.
That is creepy. You're judging me?
Okay.
I say, while she's getting the tea ready, I say, just, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
I
oh,
couldn't help but
oh,
notice this painting in the other room. Is this your work?
Oh, the painting. Yes. I was more the painter. Lucille. She's the sculptor. You can see all her work around here. I'm actually having trouble just looking at it. I don't know if it's her work. Have you seen her work around town? Like it's gorgeous, but and she's looking down, like her hand is trembling as she's trying to hold this glass still. Um, I,
He has Parkinson's.
she's 40.
No disabled person is gonna pour me lemonade. I swoop in and say, "Allow me."
You're in the kitchen too.
Yeah, I swooped in.
Okay. Oh, thank you, young man. You can and you can tell, like as you're pouring that, she's looking at your arm as so large and like your forearm flexed. Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, you're quite strong. Are you were you in the forces?"
If by that you mean forces of nature, I'm a fireman.
Oh yes, I don't know how I didn't notice that.
It's probably because I'm so far above you that you can't see it. It's okay. I'm used to it.
Oh, my brother wanted to be a firefighter. He never really he got into trouble. He never passed the background check. But yes. Here, let me take that. Let me put that away. And she grabs the pitcher with two hands and puts it back in the fridge. Come, let's sit down and talk. She orders.
Those symbols on the painting. What are those from?
Oh, they just come to my imagination. Sometimes, sometimes as an artist, you just paint whatever comes to mind. This one actually, it's funny you point that one out. Are you an artist?
No, just fascinated.
That's actually, and she's like, she's got her hand on her cheek and she's like tapping it with her fingers. That's actually that's the last painting I've done. I haven't been able to really work, since uh, yeah, well,
We understand.
that I actually painted that the night she went missing. She would go on her walks looking for her wood and driftwood for things to.
Does she normally go as far out as she did? I heard she was found quite a ways from the town.
No, I don't know. I don't know what she would be doing out there. I mean, I know she's gathered most things she could have from right around here. She doesn't even go to that side of town. I don't know why. She's never that far out. The sheriff said she was 4 miles out of town. She would never go that far. Not alone. Not at night. I have.
Maybe something caught her eye. We haven't quite been to the area yet, but we'll be there soon to check it out.
Oh,
Would you mind letting us take a look at some of your other paintings or some of her sculptures that you have around?
oh yeah. Feel free. Anything here, and like, and again, like, her sculptures are all around town. You know, the town is very. Alban's been very welcoming to her. Yeah, everyone loves her work, and I'm just really happy that we're able to find a home here together, somewhere accepting of who we are. But now I don't know if I can live here anymore without her. But yes, there. Yeah, you can see anything you want.
Sorry, going back to these symbols. Sorry, they just can't quite put my finger on it. They just something about them seems so familiar. Where are they from?
Well, that night I had gone to bed quite early. I had already tucked away at about eight or so, quarter after 8. I think maybe I I had just a glass of wine that night with dinner, but I was having these strange visions. As an artist, I do have a wild imagination, of course, but that night my dream was different. I saw these symbols up in the night sky, essentially just as you see in the painting there. It was like I was looking out at the desert, the nighttime desert, and these symbols came rushing out from the stars down at me. And I woke up in the middle of the night. There's the symbols woke me up. It was like, I want to say 1 a.m. I woke up and I knew I had to paint it. How some people keep journals.
Can I recall time of death?
Lucille Meyer, yeah. The coroner doesn't know exactly, but given that she was walking out, she does her nighttime walks. It must have been at night, because they went looking for her in the morning. When Emily realizes that Lucille's gone, so.
So she had the dreams the night she died.
She had this dream the night Lucille died. Yes.
Okay.
Approximately, she might have. So, the desert, tore her body up and stuff. It was already shredded, of course, but also like the buzzards had gotten to it, so it's hard to place it exactly. But it's pretty reasonable that it was that night. It was either that night or like a day or two after the night she went missing. But most likely, from what the deputy and the sheriff and the coroner said, like it was probably that night, because they didn't find her anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, she was saying, well, that night I woke up about 1 a.m. Some people keep dream journals. Lucille had a journal. But I just like to paint whatever I see. Whatever comes to mind. I like to free up my mind like that, get it out of my head onto the canvas. So I painted it right away, and I realized she still hadn't come back yet. I still feel like maybe if I hadn't been so obsessed with painting this, maybe I would have realized she hadn't come home sooner, and like we could have found her if she was lost in the desert before whatever got to her. I don't know. She was saying like maybe we could retire from art and just live out here, but I'm still so obsessed with my career, and I had a show coming up in LA. I really thought this would be the piece that would do it, that would make my name. But if I hadn't been so obsessed, maybe she would still be with us.
You can't think like that. You can't blame yourself for something like this.
But I just don't get it. Like, why would she be out there? You know, if she was the one saying like that we didn't need to work as much. So why would she be so desperate for materials? You know, I just I don't think. Please, can you tell me what do you think killed her?
Ah, the desert's a dangerous place. Who knows what could have been out there? We still have to go investigate the area. We're just trying to get a feel for the victims before we really start investigating. You know where they were found and the area around it. But don't worry, we'll try and find you some closure as best we can.
Mark my words, you'll find how she died, no matter what it takes.
Bold
Thank
promise.
you.
Oh God.
Thank you.
Never make that promise to a victim. What? Well, we made this just be dead. I ask her these symbols in this painting. It says, "Came to you in a dream, but had you ever seen anything like it before this point? Have you followed up? Like, have you ever found like where these symbols were from? Dreams are kind of just a manifestation of our subconscious in some ways. Like, maybe you had seen these symbols before somewhere, and they were kind of coming back to you. Can you think of any time you would have seen them, or any place?"
No, I don't think I've seen anything like that before. And not in a dream or anything.
How familiar were you and your partner with the factory?
The hunt plant, you mean?
Yes.
No, we had never. I had never even seen it myself. Never gone over there. Do you think she might have went there looking for things? The deputy said. Deputy and Josie said she was on the other side of town. I don't think she could have even walked that far.
She was. I was just, a tourist in the town that hunts, plants a famous story. I was curious if,
Do you think
you know.
Do you think her death is related to Cliff, then? You think...
Well, we can't say for certain. We have very limited information. We just got to town yesterday and started looking into this. But their bodies were mangled in very similar ways. To, avoid giving too many details. There could be something out in the desert. We don't know. We don't know if they're quite tied. They're completely separate sides of the town. So
Who would do such a
it's difficult to say at the time.
Can you give us one moment, please?
Yeah,
Take
yes.
Delane to the side. Okay, you gotta start being a little bit more compassionate, man.
Was it the mangled that set her off?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Alright, I'll avoid the mangled word, the M word.
I would just,
I go back to her and I say, sorry.
Body.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be so explicit about the extreme level of dismemberment. Being very careful not to use the word mangled.
What a fucking dick.
Hey,
do you think we could see
Delane,
her work?
Good cop, bad cop is supposed to be for bad people. We're not supposed to do that on people like this.
Do you think we could see her workplace? See what she was working on? What she was so desperate to find? So desperate to find.
It's in my freezer.
Her materials. Was she working on some big project that was driving her to go the extra mile to find what she was looking for?
No,
You know, can we see
no,
her
I don't.
workshop and see what she was working on?
This here's her workshop. I have some out in the backyard if you want to see those.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you. And as she's walking us out there through the house, I'm keeping an eye out for like any other things that might, you know, be relevant to the case, like any more signs of the symbols, any signs of the butterfly or the dragonfly, and any sort of like, you know, a connection to the hunt plant, like, or a cliff, or this gas and sip. And while I'm like looking around while we're walking, I'm trying to make small talk with her, like, oh, how's that gas and sip around the corner? I was thinking about stopping by for some materials. Are you familiar with the owners? Nice place.
Materials? Oh, yeah. They. I don't know if they have much to help with your investigation as far as
Oh, you know, just
materials,
like
but
like a phone charger and
oh,
some snacks for the hotel that I'm staying at, stuff like that. You know,
yeah,
just
they have.
stocking up.
Well, it's the only store in town, so yeah, they have those things. Uh, yeah, the greens are quite nice. Jarvis is a he's a good boy. He
How about the old man? What was his name again?
Montgomery.
Yeah, Montgomery.
Oh, well, he's quite nice to uh, Lucille and I, but he's a little more reserved in recent years. In fact, I haven't even seen him the past few months. He just holed up in his up above the gas and sip. It's just Jarvis running the place now. But yeah, but they're good folks. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything you need, yeah,
I
you're
asked if
gonna have to find it at the
her.
gas and sip. It's the only store in town.
Oh, so were you and your partner going there often to get materials for your art, or
Fucking material.
did you guys acquire those out of the city?
Oh, any art supplies. Yeah, we'd have to go into LA typically. Um, there's not much supplies out here. No. We get our groceries from the gas and sip, but no, nothing for art. Um, I, 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 what are you asking about the gas and sip for?
Just curious as to, you know, I'm probably gonna head over there after this and grab some things for the hotel. Just, you know, I want to make sure it's a good place to shop. Um, and do we get to the backyard at this point?
Yes, it's not very big.
Okay. Before we go to the backyard, I pulled Elaine aside again. Okay. Just before we go back here, I know you're good at like your whole sciencey thing. Like, you know, the last place you were good with that like rain nation or whatever it is, but there was no people there. Like, people is my thing. I can help a lot with that. Tell me what you want to know, and I can, you know, I think go through the conversation a little bit more sensitively.
Sure. We're just looking for any strange things that could connect her to the other murder. Don't worry.
Yeah, I mean, the last thing we want is for her to break down again, and then we get no information.
Yeah, so you guys step out to the backyard, and again, you just feel that instant wave of heat wash over you, and you look out, and it's like a forest of wood sculptures out here.
Jesus fucking Christ.
There's a couple metal, like tin sculptures even, and they're just like blasting you as you walk by them with the sun.
I touch one. Does it hurt?
Yeah, you take 1 damage.
No.
You just get a
Damn,
little
that
burned.
hurts.
Yeah, you get burned as you go to touch it. Yeah.
I take a, gander around and see if anything stands out to me. Again, looking for the same things. These symbols, like lizard people, like.
There's an 8-foot tall statue of a lizard person holding a symbol.
Yep, that's what I'm looking for.
There is not.
Darn.
Aw.
You see a lot
We're all
more
pretty
sculptures
normal.
of like, you see some of like, some, wildlife. There's a scorpion. There's a little like rat. There's a fox. There's
One of them a fairy.
no,
A
there's
rat,
no
a
fairy.
fox, maybe a fairy.
Oh.
I say, Oscar, a lot of sculptures of wildlife around here. She must have been really in tune with nature in the desert.
Yeah, she took a liking to it. She's from the city, but she came out here and the town embraced her and she embraced the town. She
Yeah,
loves it out here. She loved it out here.
Does this town get many dragonflies? Big fan of the creatures. A
Dragonflies?
lot of them where I'm from. Haven't seen any out here since I've been out here.
No, son. There'd be no reason for dragonfly to be out here. It's very much the wrong climate.
Oh, it's a darn shame. Beautiful creatures they are.
Yeah.
And dragonflies are in the desert. They're just around bodies of water.
There's no water here.
Do you guys have any cool sculptures of one, or I guess
not
not,
that I
since
know.
not that they would be out here. I guess. Well, darn. Her work was so impressive. I was hoping
What's that one right there?
favorite creature.
Can you explain that one to me? What's that supposed to be?
Which one?
That one right there. The one right behind you.
That's an owl. Yeah. We actually found this large tree that it's perched on. Actually found that in one piece. With one of the branches was coiled up, and we're on a walk. We said, that kind of looks like an owl, and her. She took it and she ran with it. She gathered up some more wood. She pieced it together and she turned it into that owl you see there. So that tree was actually Jarvis, young boy, with my when my brother was staying out here with us, and Delane, you don't pick up on this, but Nino, you do, as she says, like, her brother was staying out here. She can tell, like, there's some sadness there, like, or some negative emotions attached to it when she says, like, oh, my brother was out here. With Jarvis actually helped tow that tree out to the yard for us. Got it planted in here nicely. That's the only one that's actually a permanent installation. You can see, like, the dirt is they dug it into the ground there. All the other ones are like freestanding, or they've built a base for it. This one's in the ground.
Sounds like a real fun bonding experience.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Does your brother live around here?
My brother?
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's no, he was staying out with us for a little while, but I think he's out, and he said he was going to Malibu. You can tell, like, she's faking a smile.
How long ago was that?
Oh, about a year ago or so.
Do you know where he is now?
I think Malibu.
Okay.
I ask her. Uh, Wait. First off, do I see any like out basements, like any outdoor basements?
You
Storage
don't see any
facility.
basements. No, no
Alright.
cellar.
We're gonna find the next
So
treasure of the dungeon.
okay. And then I ask her if you know, her and her partner knew Cliff at all before you know,
Before he
if
died.
they, yeah, well, I just ask her if they knew Cliff well at all.
Oh yeah. He was he came to he moved here a few years ago, and just like Lucille, he really took to the town. We weren't close with him, but we'd say our pleasantries at the gas and sip. Um, he wasn't too involved with the town. I know he had been hanging around with the Greens. I think he was doing something. I think he was doing research on the history of the town. But he never even attended town halls or anything like that. But he was just really really obsessed with the plant and the history of the town. Not as much about what's currently going on. But yeah, we was friendly.
Was he saying anything interesting before he passed? Anything you think you would find useful for us to know?
Oh no, I mean I'm not sure. What would be helpful? Nothing. I'm sure you don't already know. He had been spending a lot of time around at the plant, talking to, interviewing some of the older folks around town about the town's history. He borrowed that the Bobcat from Jarvis at the gas and sip. But you know that's what they initially said must have killed him. But the Bobcat was back at the gas and sip when Lucille went missing. So now they're saying that couldn't have been it. So no, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know.
I understand. Thank you for the information. Really appreciate it. If anything new comes to light, you'll be one of the first to know.
Yeah. Before we leave, can I just ask you one more question?
Oh yes,
Might be a
yes,
little personal, so feel free to not answer if it's a little too much.
yes. Okay.
Um, mm, Trying to think of how to word this. Um, why are you so sad talking about your brother? What's going on there? Again, if it's too much, you don't have to answer that.
Oh, no, it's fine. I mean, um, yeah, you're law enforcement. So you should probably. So, I suppose you should know. But before I say, I don't think he was involved or anything. Um, but he was staying with us about a year ago. He doesn't stay in one place for too long. It's hard for him to hold down a job. Given but yeah, I let him stay on our couch about a year ago, but I don't even remember what was going on. I think Lucille had accused him of stealing $20 bill, and my brother he gets angry sometimes. He doesn't like being called a thief. He doesn't like people judging him, you know. So of course he gets upset. But he he roughed her up a little bit.
Oh, jeez.
And he roughed her up, and I had to kick him out. But to be honest, I don't know. I haven't heard of him since then. But no, I'm sure he's not involved. You know, he couldn't be.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm sure he isn't. It's just, we wanna cover all our bases.
Yeah. Of course.
Thank you for your time.
What's your brother's name? Just we can follow up on that. Make sure he's nowhere near the area.
Oh, Christopher Warren.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time. Sorry to dredge up all these emotions again.
Oh, it's no worry. Anything to help. And again, Delane, you don't notice anything, but Nino, you know, like she was in pain, and like all the questions are really like upsetting her. Like if you don't leave right now, like she's gonna start breaking down.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember
I write your
heading.
number on a piece of paper and say, if you need anybody to help you through this, give me a call.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, let's bail.
Yeah, we head over to the
Oh
gas
my
and sip to
God.
go tag up with the rest of our group.
Okay. So that took about an hour.
Mhm.
Well, maybe 40 minutes. At the gas and sip, Corbin and Merv, you guys walked around the corner. Have I shown you guys a picture of the gas and sip?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Nah.
So you walk around the corner. You find the
Oh.
gas and sip.
That sucks.
This
That's
is
nice.
the best place in town, man.
I think I've seen that place in real life.
I got another picture here for you. Let me grab it real quick. But yeah, you walk upon the gas and sip. Yeah, you see that. So it's a two-story, very rickety old building. You notice that picture is not 2 stories. That's why I'm getting you a better one. With a gabled roof. It's on the corner of the Main and State Street, dead center of Hellbend. You can see it's all rusted, beaten down, like pumps and signage. There's probably 100-year-old Coke sign, ads for old products that none of you have ever heard of, Brill Cream, some other products, long washed out by the
I
desert
love
sun.
Bro Cream.
Yeah. Select. Here's another look at the gas and sip. So, some combination of those two images is what it looks like. There's just these 2 old gas pumps, dead center, on a simple concrete block out front. And you see a man leaning on the edge of the building, just barely in the shade, just leaning against it, hands in his pockets. He's wearing a hoodie, even though it's 2 p.m. in the desert. He's wearing a little hoodie, leaning on the side of the building. What do you do?
I'll let Agent Hammy start this one.
Corbin looks over at the man in the hoodie. Hey, sir, how we doing today?
I'm good, man. Who are you?
We're here on behalf of the local law enforcement. Do you happen to work at this establishment?
Yeah, man. I'm Jarvis. Yes.
Jarvis Green, I reckon, yes?
Yeah.
Excellent. I am Agent Hamilton. Delighted to meet you, sir.
What's up?
Now, I imagine you are familiar with the two murders that have taken, or sorry, not two murders.
Murder.
With the two deceased that have arisen in your fine town here.
Yeah. I know him.
Right. Now, we have a little bit to talk about, but we were hoping also to speak with, I believe it is your grandfather, Montgomery Green, yes?
Yeah, old Monty. Yeah. He doesn't come down much anymore. He's watching TV. You need me to go get him?
Yeah, if you could do us the pleasure, son.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. He walks over and to the door. He pushes it open. Ting 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 ting. Just you know, go on and take a seat, and he's just got like two shitty like plastic lawn chairs. Like
I pick up a chair.
crossover. Yeah, he says, "Take a seat, man." And yeah, they're just two lawn chairs around like a glass table there. It looks like as you walk into this little convenience store, it's kind of like a small shitty like 7-Eleven, right? They got an aisle of like snacks and things. They got just like one fridge that looks like they just shove like all the groceries for the town into. Two fridges. Inside this room, it looks like it used to be like a parlor of some sort, but it's just the storefront. This really shitty like uneven wood. There's two very large refrigerators holding all of the town's groceries in it. You can tell like they just kind of shove them in there, like Jarvis's handiwork here. There's like milk cartons stacked on top of each other, just they fall down. However, there's like heads of lettuces just like crammed into the corner, stacked on top of each other. There's an onion in between all the lettuce. So he just kind of shoves it into the fridge. Oh, Hanru doesn't want you to take a seat. But he took a seat anyway. Yes, there's two large refrigerators. There's all sorts of potato chips, canned foods, all sorts of stuff here. There's a old, really shitty like register on the counter. Looks like original from this building, 1940s. And it's overlooking the pumps. There's a window right in front of it where if he's standing oh, sorry, at the register he can see the pumps. He walks down an open hallway. There's no door. He just walks down this long hallway. You can see that there's a bathroom just inside the hallway. He walks further down, past another door, and he goes up a really rickety staircase. It creaks just like your chair just creaked. And there's you can see there's some other room there with the stairs, but you can't tell quite what that room is. Yeah, but he just creaks up the stairs. And you can hear some mumbling from up above. And then Jarvis comes back down. A couple minutes later, he says, "Hey guys, he said that he don't want to talk to cops right now. I could probably get him down if you really want, but he's in a bad mood."
Anything in particular got him in the bad mood?
Uh, Old age.
Ah. Well, you know,
If he's not going to be cooperating, it's probably not worth our time.
I mean, he yells at me all the time. I don't mind getting yelled at him again, but
I'll give him a moment's time. In the meanwhile, I got a couple of questions for you, son, if you don't mind cooperating.
yeah. So, where you guys from, by the way?
Out of town.
Out of town.
That's
Oh,
it.
what are you guys doing here? Are you guys like FBI or something?
Well, let's just say that the nature of the deaths here required some expertise outside of the local law enforcement agency, and we were called in to provide a little bit more assistance.
Right.
Beyond that,
Right on.
I'm not really at liberty to say.
Is you got some secret investigation going on?
Oh, I wish it was that interesting. I'm waiting for the day myself. Really turns out to be that way. But hey, maybe your town will be the first.
That would be cool, man.
Hmm.
Alright. Sorry, what's up?
Nah, that's all good. Now, as I understand it, just going through the facts of the matter here, Corbin's kind of just shuffling through a notepad he has. Now, the first deceased one, Clifford Potter, you rented out a bobcat to him, correct?
Yeah.
What was the relationship like with you and Clifford Potter? Of course, I know it's a small town, everyone kind of knows each other, but do you have any other deeper relationship beyond him just being a customer? Does he seem like a pretty ordinary person to you?
Yeah, I mean, Cliff's cool, man. He don't hang out with me or anything. That old dude. He is always walking in here talking about the town. He doesn't really want to talk to me much. I don't think our interests align or nothing. But he he knew his way around the machine. He's doing all sorts of equipment, some shit out and at the ruins. I don't know.
Did you ever get any more detail about what exactly sort of work he was doing?
Nah, he said he's like studying the place. I don't know. The only time he ever talked to me was asking about some tools or something.
Wouldn't he need? Well, I don't suppose you would know. Just strikes me as unusual that he'd be going through the, what was it, the hunt electrodynamics. Yes, did the local police not matter? That seems like something that would need to be permitted.
Local police. We don't have police, man.
Oh, sheriff.
Yeah. Nah, no one cares. There's nothing down there anyway.
We haven't visited the site yet. Have you been by there at any point in time?
Nah, not really. I've driven by it. I mean, I took the Bobcat down there for Cliff, but I didn't go. I just took it to to the end of the road.
I see. Now, you have the Bobcat back now, correct?
Oh yeah, it's right around the corner.
It's still run?
It turns on.
Turns on and, well, mind if we go take a look at it?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Alright.
And he's just like leaning on the counter there. He doesn't like
Yeah.
go outside
yeah.
to.
Alright, we'll take a quick look and be right back. Turlock, you want to head out with me for a second?
Yeah, of course. I'll take a gander.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with that, Corbin and Merv walk outside to go check out the Bobcat.
Okay. Yeah, you step outside. You don't immediately see it. Like, you didn't see it coming in, but you walk around the corner. And let me see. I think I showed you a picture before, but now I can't find.
Yeah, you did.
I can't find the Bobcat. Where'd it go? Let's get a screenshot. One moment. You do find it around the corner, just like he said. Bobcat. Stuff. Bobcat. Save. Where's the Bobcat? Show players. There you go. So you're around the corner, and you see this. Yeah. So if you walk up and you look at it, you can see it's all dirty and still. Like, there's dried, caked on dirt and mud. There's even a few spots of like blood that you can see from when Cliff died. Presumably.
Yeah.
You can see like from the very side that, like, right front, that front panel that you see right there, that's been cleaned, but you can see like it's only been cleaned in that one area. It looks like the rest of it is still dirty from the last time it was used about a month ago. Doesn't look like anyone's touched it in quite a long time. Well, since the incident.
Okay.
Can we tell, like, looking at this, if there's any damage that might have been due to Cliff falling out of it or something before he died? Like, do we know if he was operating it at the time?
Do either of you have? Oh, if he was operating at the time, and
Like, would there be signs of him like falling out of the machine?
Because what
Probably
was
not.
the were we told specifics? Was the belief that he was killed by the Bobcat, or did they not have a running theory for how his death was?
that was the initial theory. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So can we see? Well, there's blood on it, but
He died like right next to it. The coroner was not able to tell if he died while he was on it. They believe what you were told is that he was standing near it and it malfunctioned and like ran him over. That was the initial theory. But then when Lucille died, they're like, maybe not.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. There's blood on the machine.
Yep. So Corbin, Richmond, you realize that it's highly unlikely that the vehicle was the murder weapon. that killed Clifford Potter.
Yeah.
For one, the blood and other bodily fluids are on the side of the vehicle. I mean, Potter would have had to have been struck by the vehicle on its side.
Right.
Shit, that spider's big. And it clearly does not move sideways, right? And, you know, even at, like, top speed, this thing moves like 5 miles an hour. So, like, it would have almost had to have been intentional, or, like, he would have had to have been stuck under something as it ran him over. But regardless, it's on the side. This was not what killed him. The only really dangerous part, the blade that digs into the ground, that's just covered with dirt. There's no blood on it.
So probably Bobcat did not get possessed. It's good to know.
Well, the bobcat's not a lizard, so it's not a suspect.
Yeah.
Okay, so Corbin will address Merv then. Look, I ain't seeing anything here that leads me to believe that he died by the Bobcat. It just doesn't make any sense. Take a look at where all the blood and body fluids and all those remains are. It's on the side. This thing doesn't even move that fast to begin with. Now, my guess, quite frankly, is that this has very little, if anything, to do with his death. Do you see anything I'm missing?
Nah, he's probably just working at the time. Something came up and got him.
Hmm.
Only thing I could think of, at least.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's any them symbols etched into this machine.
Yeah, I do want to do just another, like, just search on, I guess, both just for, like, anything weird residue-wise or just anything in the interior of it, I guess. Or in the cabin, I should say.
Okay. So, Corbin, you want to give me... you just going to search?
Yeah. I don't know, as opposed to what else.
It depends on what you're looking for. Like, you don't have forensic skill, but you're just looking for symbols
Got
and stuff?
Not necessarily symbols, but yeah, just anything out of the ordinary.
Just looking for clues. Yeah, give me a search.
Yeah.
And is Merv looking for anything?
Search. Oh, there it is. Holy crap. Awkward.
Search.
Okay,
Wow.
that's a little bit weird.
I mean, you guys have rolled 2 way more than you've rolled 99 today.
Dice are a little rigged.
2 search critical failures. Feels bad, man.
2 critical failures.
So, man, I'm really not looking to lose some sanity from this fucking Bobcat, but, that's how it's going, I guess.
You just might.
You look around the Bobcat, and you see all this blood. You see all this dirt. And it makes you think, like, whatever caused his death, like, you're thinking it must have been, never mind. Yeah, so you look around. You don't see anything resembling, like, things you found at his house or anything like that. The only thing you find is you find a perfectly round pebble. Just perfectly lodged in the ridges of the belt. It's perfectly round, pristine. There's no like dust, dirt, or blood on it.
Is it like the one lodged in my boot?
You say pebble?
Yeah, like a pebble. It's flat.
It's really
Really?
sneaky.
Yeah, it's round. It's really good for like skipping on the water. Like it's smooth.
And it's not like the one that was in my boot when we went through the stairs.
I don't know.
You said something about them getting in my boot at one point, so maybe that was important.
Well, I don't know if you've looked at the one in your boot, and I don't know if Corbin has shown you this pebble he just found.
Oh, true.
I show him the pebble I found.
Hey, look at that shiny rock over there.
Never looked at my boot, so that's a reasonable thing to say.
What do you reckon about this? Corbin reaches down and picks up the pebble.
I reckon I can skip that clear across the river.
Look, I know it's a small, minor thing, but it's weird.
Is it made of something different? Just looks like a rock to me, doesn't it?
Doesn't seem particularly out of the ordinary.
Well, maybe though. It is round. River rocks tend to be round. Ain't no one river around here, is there?
No.
Well, that could be something.
So this pebble was what was it wedged in again?
The belt of the like the tires.
Oh, okay, just like in between like the treads, or
Yeah.
it was in the. Okay.
Yeah, the tread.
Was it causing damage, or was it just a?
Wait, it's a critical failure, not an auto sanity check?
No,
It shouldn't be.
Wait, why did I have to do one?
It contextually made more sense.
Well, some bias bullshit, dude.
Well, think about it this way: like, there is just as far as we can gather right now, there is clearly spooky shit in that fucking shed. We haven't found spooky shit yet here. Now, hopefully there isn't any. You know?
Hopefully there is, so we get a clue of what to do next.
I was also kind of just hoping, like, if you get a critical failure and that just manifests spooky shit, that's kind of a cool power to have. It's useful.
It is not. So it is not
Potentially.
mechanically critical failure. This is why I'm wondering if these rolls should be blind, but critical failure. No, it wouldn't be blind. Yeah, so critical failure is not automatically sanity check. Sanity check only happens at specific times. I mean, unless like you guys cause the sanity check, but like only certain times, certain areas, certain things will cause sanity, not just anytime you fail, critically fail a check.
Although I do think like that would also be fun, just to, like critical failure, come up with a reason
Going
for a
crazy.
sanity check right now. As long as it's like a reason, sure. If the Bobcat suddenly gets possessed, that'd be sick. Well, not sick. It would probably die.
The Bobcats. Okay, Kevin. So you pull out this pebble, and all of a
we
sudden,
cannot. I'm not
and
saying
all
we
of a
should.
sudden, the Bobcats radio, the audio turns on. Corbin Ridgemont.
Is it actually doing that?
Your doom comes soon.
Please, let's not.
No, it's fine. That doesn't happen. You find a
Let's
pebble.
not do that. Okay,
Yeah,
I found a
this
pebble.
is a little metagamey, but I mean, personally, if I was in that situation, I would neglect what I saw with my 99 search roll.
Yeah, but that's metagaming and cheating.
Yeah, I don't know that.
Yeah, the
And even
pebbles, like a red herring, kind of.
and even not metagaming, I don't know the rules of that game that well. Like I
Yeah, yeah,
should, but I
not
don't yet. So
metagaming. Would you
maybe
find a pebble interesting? Like, would you like go out of your way and be like, oh, a pebble, huh?
perfectly round.
It is perfectly round,
It's a little
smooth.
weird. It's a little weird.
So red herrings definitely exist, but
Yeah, probably like
Uh,
a giant bug in a jar. I bet would be a red herring.
yeah, giant gold cube buried in this guy's basement. Let's probably ignore that.
That's kind of what I
Yeah.
was thinking.
What about
Yeah.
a size 11 footprint?
That's
No,
the
that's
most critical
definitely
piece of
bad.
information. Yeah.
Actually, definitely red herring.
I mean, you know for sure that one's not a red herring because you already know, like, you discovered the truth behind it, right?
Yeah, which is not really useful.
But it's not a red herring.
I got shoes.
Yeah, you got shoes. So yeah, perfectly smooth pebble in the tread of the bobcat. You're in the
Look,
desert.
it's a little off. But I don't know what else to make of it at this point. I think we just pencil this in as something to keep our eyes on.
Yeah, maybe you hand it over to as is. You figure out what it's made of. Bit
Yeah,
bit
might as
peculiar
well.
look. Maybe it's a foreign object and can cause some damage. You know.
Yeah,
For all we know, that
perhaps.
might have gone clean through the skull of that boy when he was working out there, or old man, I guess. Not really a
Well,
boy.
I think we do
Wow.
know there wasn't. I don't know how wrecked his body was actually. Was there a hole in his skull? Can
Well,
we
he was
tell?
mangled to bits, so
Yeah, but he's still got a skull.
I don't know. I didn't see it.
I didn't check. Whatever.
Out in the morgue,
That's
though, if
that's
we're
for
interested.
that's for them science boys. All right. Well, I don't have anything else I want to see out here. I mean, it's hard to really make heads or tails of it, but I don't think this bobcat has much to do with it. But the stone, we can keep tabs on that one.
Yeah, it seems to me like he just uses to work. It didn't actually kill him.
No.
But
No. All right.
I wonder. Makes me think. With that random building the terrorists had set up, I'm thinking that somehow they're luring people out.
The terrorists. Yeah.
The lizard terrorist, obviously.
Now, look, I don't really buy into the whole terrorist theory here, but as far as a luring of people out,
Oh, they're foreign adversaries
not
trying
a-
to kill our people. I'd say that's terrorism.
the luring is in the realm of possibility, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. You got one young lady going all the way out in the middle of the desert on her own. That don't make no sense. Not in the middle of the night, that's for sure. And we got this gentleman, and both their bodies kind of looking similar, how they got killed.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And
I
we
wonder if-
experienced quite an
I won-
unusual event. And the biggest thing that draws everything together, us included, we all ain't from around here. All foreigners for this town. Which reminds me, we probably need to check on that one boy.
There is one other theory. You think they got any peyote out here in these parts?
Peyote?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. You asking the right person for this?
Look, I'm just saying they're going out in the desert in the middle of the night. Could be one answer. Especially the lesbian couple. They're a little bit more the artsy types, you know?
You know where this issue doesn't happen? These people should all just go to New Mexico.
True. Do you guys mind if I retcon something?
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
God.
As Corbin leans over, picks up this pebble,
Guys.
There's no way.
No.
gets shot in the head by a lizard person. He
Fire another pebble. It was actually a setup.
Feels bad, man. I got retconned to death.
There was the pebble in the other character's shoe.
yeah,
Pulls out a gun and kills him.
Marv's shoe pebble.
Yeah.
No, as Corbin leans over to pick up this pebble, you know, it's glittering in the sunlight. The smell of this vehicle just wafts into your nose. You get the scent of blood cooking in the sun, as well as mixed with ammonia and other other random cleaning agents. You get all sorts of whiffs of all these different chemicals and chemical agents into your nose, and that drains you of 1d4 plus 1 willpower.
1d4 plus 1. Oh, that's how that works. I forgot about how willpower worked.
So did I.
I forget. So, does your will? Did I lose 7 willpower? Or does it just start off not at max?
It starts off.
It starts off at because I'm at 7 out of 14 right now. I don't remember it ever decreasing.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, that's just where it starts. Okay. Cool. Sure.
24 plus 1, you lost 3. So, there you go. You just get a whiff of all these chemicals, and your eyes start to water. Just the inside, your nostrils begin to burn. Sorry, and then the rest happened.
Okay.
So,
Alright.
what are you guys doing here? You gonna look at the bobcat anymore, or?
So what do you think, Merv? About time we go back inside, should we try to get a hold of old Grandpappy Green?
Yeah, it looks like this heat's really getting to you, bud. Probably should be getting inside.
It's a combination of a lot of things. I'm no stranger to the heat, but whatever.
Alright, we
Let's,
meet up with the other boys, get some notes from them, and maybe we can come back and talk to the old man when he actually is willing. We can try and talk to him now, but I don't know for sure if he's gonna come down.
Well, I don't know what the right balance is here. We can't be waiting forever for him to be ready to talk to us, but it would be in our best interest if he's cooperative.
I mean, we at least need to give him goodwill and show him that we're willing to listen to him if we take our leave for the day. You know, older gentleman wants a little respect like that.
Sure, I reckon we can do that. Let me see. Any other questions you wanted to ask to Jarvis then?
Well, if he's gonna be too much help.
Uh,
That boy's not so involved as far as I know. Besides selling the or renting out the bobcat for him, but
Alright, well. There's one more question I had to ask of him. Why don't we go back in, say our goodbyes, ask to check in again with old Montgomery, and then meet up with the rest of the crew.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
So you go inside, and he's just, leaning on the counter on his elbows with his phone out. Says, hey, how's it going, guys? You find something?
Nothing of particular note. Afraid not.
Alright.
I think we're about to head out for the day. We're gonna meet back up with the rest of our crew. We would like to come back on another occasion to speak with good old Montgomery there, but perhaps when he's in a little bit of a better mood.
Yeah, sure, man.
One other quick question. From the report we got from the local agency, you're from out of town originally, correct?
Oh, yeah. I'm from the East Coast. Yeah.
What made you move out here?
I just need a change of pace, you know? I like it out here. It's relaxing.
Had you ever visited before?
No, no, I just got a letter from my grandfather and sent me out here. And I loved it, you know? This town it's a beautiful place, you know?
Yeah. You weren't close with your grandfather before?
Nah, I never even met him.
And they sent you the letter out of the blue, huh? Well, that's a nice coincidence that it worked out then, huh?
Yeah.
Alright. Alright, son. Well, that's I think all we've got for now. Unless God damn it, every time I gotta check.
Agent Turlock.
Thank you. Uh Unless you got anything, Turlock.
That's a Turlock. That's a monster in RuneScape. Turlock.
That's enough.
No, nothing on my end right now. We got quite a bit from today. Probably
Cool.
time I lay down and think about it for a bit.
Alright, well, a good meeting you, son. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, man.
You have a good one. Take care of yourself. Make sure your grandpa's drinking some nice water. Hot day out.
Sounds good, man. Thanks. So as you two are turning to walk out of the gas and sip, you see Nino and Delane walking up the storefront. Nino and Delane, you see them walking out, but you also look up above the store onto the second floor, and you see a figure standing in the window, staring down at you.
What? Like old
It's
man
old man.
figure, or can we identify it?
Well, you don't see it. It's Delane and Nino. Yeah,
I would
it looks
try
like silhouette of a man. You wave to it. It doesn't wave back at you.
That's weird.
But then the curtains shut, and the silhouette disappears.
When I go in, I say, "Looks like you guys put Monroe in an unfriendly mood. He was just
You are Monroe.
Montgomery Green.
yeah, sorry, Montgomery. It looks like you guys put Montgomery in quite a mood. He was watching us from the window up there and made a point to close the curtains on us."
He was in a mood before we got there.
I reckon he's just wary of outsiders, as any person of this town's likely to be, especially one of the elder folks.
So you weren't able to get any info from him?
Ah,
Should
he
we
didn't
think
want
about-
to. He didn't want to speak, and we figured it was in our best interest to give him a little bit of runway. You know, we're hoping that you have a little bit for us to go off of in the meantime.
Sure, let's talk about it on the road. Shall we go to the plant first, or shall we go to the middle of the desert where what's her name was found?
Oh, I reckon we get some Dominoes first. Been talking about it for a while now. Still haven't gotten any.
Yeah, it's 3 p.m. You guys haven't eaten since breakfast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let's just grab a snack from the
We're gonna go for some delivery right now.
sip and go, and then
Gas and
yeah,
soda.
the piss and snag, and eat on the road as we're driving over to the second murder site.
Okay.
And as we're going over, I tell them about the painting with the symbols that look like the other one. Sorry, I forgot to say I did this, but I have my phone, and we have like cell phones, right? Like modern smartphones.
2015.
Okay, yeah. So I had taken a picture of the symbols, because I wanted to show them to Corbin.
Okay. Yeah, he sees them.
I showed them a picture of the painting that she had a dream about the night that the ETA, or I guess ETD, estimated time of death for the second victim.
So what was the deal with this? This was drawn by Emily Warren,
Yep.
and she drew this about the same time as the death, correct?
Yeah, around the same night.
I'm curious. And she described it as she saw them in a dream. Is that what it was?
Yep, that's how she said it.
But wait a minute, she saw him in a dream.
She saw him in a dream that night that she woke up from and started painting this. Is that correct?
Didn't you say you watched us when we were heading to that diner?
Smith.
Sorry, I'm falling asleep.
Me too.
What was that?
Didn't you say you saw us when we were driving to the diner? You wait.
Yes.
How are you doing that?
Well, I was asleep.
You sleeping, watching us. She was sleeping. She dreamed these symbols.
Hmm.
So people that are connected watch right before some strange event happens.
So what I'm hearing is that if you sleep, you're okay.
Well, maybe if you sleep, you're okay. But
The spider's on my desk.
Nice.
you know,
Congrats.
Make friends with him.
Yeah. He's a pretty spooky looking dude.
Ah.
Okay, so you guys share all your information with each other.
mhm.
Where are you headed next?
The second murder site.
I guess that'd be the most meaningful place, yeah.
Okay. Who's driving?
I don't think you need to ask.
Okay.
The only person with a greater than 20 driving skill.
Okay.
No
okay.
way.
Yeah.
Is he really?
20 is the
Yeah,
default.
he's like literally the only person who doesn't have default driving.
Yeah, I think isn't my driving like 40 or 50?
It's 50. Yeah.
Split.
Okay. So you guys are all in the car discussing these things as Nino is driving you out to the edge of town, the desert. So
What about that rock you found? You gonna show him that?
Oh, right. Yeah, Corbin takes out the little pebble that he found, shows it to, Delane.
That is a
Nah.
rock.
Now, look, I know it's a little strange to be making a big huff and puff about this, but it strikes me as a little bit odd that you find this buried in the treads of a bobcat that was involved in an accident. You take a look at this rock, it's not something you're gonna go and find out in the desert.
Well, there's a lot of rocks in the desert. You're bound to find one eventually.
That's not how these things work. Just, I don't know.
Sure,
there-
sure.
Is
Okay.
there anything you can do and take a look at this? Just whatever. I agree, it's not the best lead, but
Maybe we
it's-
could feed it to the dragonfly.
Well, it's notable because that man didn't die to the bobcat. And that's something at least a little odd on the bobcat, which he
Hmm.
died next to.
Understandable. We'll add Golem to the list of things that might have killed him.
Look,
Oh, Transformer too.
there's clearly something going on here with things being in the desert that aren't supposed to be in this desert.
Yes, like rocks.
There is more than a little bit of a difference from a 300 million year old dragonfly and a slightly round pebble, I acknowledge, but isn't one of the things to say about being a detective is that there are no coincidences?
Can I have the pebble? I can
wanna-
throw pretty hard. You know, it might be useful.
At this moment in time, I think it's still worth us examining it.
Oh, it's on my keyboard.
The rock? The pebble?
The spider. Get out there, dude. No, that's not a good spot for you. No, he went inside. God damn it.
Congrats.
You had hours to prevent this from happening.
Oh fuck. Okay, he's going so. Oh, holy, yeah, he's really scary looking.
How big is he?
Why don't you go get a cup and just catch him?
I got a cup right here. It's full of water though.
You should pour it all over your desk, actually.
He's moving kind of
One
sus. He's like walking
You gotta
really
pull him out
fast,
the keyboard.
stopping and like turning around.
Bug types aren't weak to water, are they?
No, they're
Oh.
not. It's neutral damage.
Ah.
You gotta use fire or rock or flying.
You should
Either
say
bird or
that.
throw up at it.
I'll set my desk
Get
on
your
fire.
fan, dude.
Yeah.
You should
Okay.
set your desk on fire. You really should.
That's okay. He's not in my
There's my
keyboard
phone.
anymore. So, here's a drive. Merv is driving, or not Merv. Nino is driving you guys. Out into the desert. And you have to go off road a little bit to get to her site. Jesus Christ. That's crazy. He just did like 5 spins and then turned around and walked away. What the hell is the spider?
What
Is
a
this
god.
Is this a real spider?
He must have saw an Xbox 360.
He's trying to scope you with his webs.
I know, dude. What the hell is this? He's doing crazy stuff. But you're driving out to the desert, and you get off-roading. He keeps going to the same spot and turning around. I don't get it. Out in the desert rocks, you know. And you get placed right into where the sheriff's mapped out where she died, where Androsi found.
As we start getting closer, I want to pay attention to my surroundings to see if there's any, again, like rock structures, like any alcoves, any places like caves, like
It's
any
also 1
wildlife.
a.m. I want to point out
What's that?
it's 1 a.m.
I know. I'm. Yeah.
Tired.
For him, for him.
He's bringing it in.
I'm
Yeah, he's-
stopping you
I want
guys.
to make sure you know.
I know. Yeah. You're just driving out into the desert. Before I got interrupted by Malik and the spider, you get to the spot right where the deputy marked on their map, like where she would have died. And Delane and Nino specifically, you had spent a lot of time at Emily Warren's place, and you saw this painting. You're studying it very closely. You have a picture of it, of course, but the other two might not be thinking about this. But you look, and you realize that this is, right where you pull up, this is the exact scene from the painting. You recognize
Whoa.
the ridges of the mountains right from where you parked your car. You know,
Oh, that's pretty spooky.
Nino slows down and stops. And you realize this place of death is exactly where Emily Warren saw in her dream. And we'll end it there.